Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to week number 6 of high school football across the great state of West Virginia. As we enter this final day in the month of September, two things are clear. The weather has taken a hard turn for the fall, and we are now at the official halfway point of the high school football regular season in the Mountain State. With tonight representing the midpoint of the season, there are still 19 teams across the state that have yet to fall in defeat. The vast majority, 12 to be exact, coming from a very tough Class Single A. Only 2 Class AAA teams are yet unscathed, and just 5 more in Class AA have navigated each previous Friday night perfectly. With each passing week, the opportunities to remain undefeated become more challenging. More importantly, though, for the many teams battling for postseason berths, the resume building chances become thinner and thinner. Even now, undefeated teams could hit the skids and miss out. And even now, teams with just a couple wins have the chance to reel off enough second half of the season victories to sneak into the final 16. With 7:30 approaching on this cool September Friday night, nothing is decided. Everything is still up for grabs. At the moment, the Roane County Raiders remain one of the only 5 undefeated teams in Class AA, having successfully navigated a road-heavy first half of the season. However, 5-0 was never to be the final goal for this program. 1-0 each week has been the goal. The Raiders have put the blinders on and refused to look past each current opponent on their run to the Class AA playoffs. And in order to continue the charge, they must be ever aware not to look up from the grind, not to look forward to the playoffs, not to fall victim to praise from football pundits, or to become caught up in reading positive press clippings about how good they certainly may be. Those are the trip hazards that can derail a program's momentum and achievement of ultimate goals. You have all heard it for the past 5 weeks, and you will hear it again tonight, just as the Raiders have each day since August 1st. Stay humble, stay hungry, and work with all you have to be 1-0 again. And the opponent on the horizon tonight will most definitely provide all the motivation necessary to stay focused. The Ripley Vikings out of Class AAA invade County Stadium tonight with upset and revenge on their minds. Last year, Roane County throttled the Vikings at Memorial Stadium 44-7, turning Ripley's homecoming slightly sour. Add to that some of the pregame chatter from the Vikings camp that had the Raiders foaming at the mouth for vengeance. The Raiders would do well to channel some more of that anger from 2021 into tonight's contest, because the Vikings certainly will. Roane County is looking to turn the tide of this long-standing and vastly one-sided rivalry, and last year was a big first step. Can tonight be the second step? As the legendary coach Jim Hamrick often said, we will be measured by how we do against Jackson County teams. Although in the larger scheme of the 2022 season, this may not be completely true, in the minds of the Roane County Raiders tonight, it is the only thing that matters. Roane County, say it with me. It's time to kick the tires and light the bonfires. It's time for Raider football. Live from beautiful County Stadium on the campus of Roane County High School, Raider football is once again on the air. From Reedy to Walton, Newton to Spencer, and all points in between, we welcome you to WVRC 104.7 FM's coverage of your Roane County Raiders. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to County Stadium on this beautiful Friday night, September 30th. A gorgeous evening here in the hills of rural West Virginia for this matchup featuring the Raiders and the Vikings. Roane County 5-0 coming in. The Vikings just 1-4 coming into tonight, but opportunities for points galore coming here tonight for Roane County if they are able to take care of business as they have in 5 previous weeks. On top of that, if Roane County is able to get out of this one with a victory, 6-0 it will be, and Roane County will have a week off to rest the weary bones before they go on the road one final time. Andrew Miller alongside my partners John Penna, Matt White, Katie Nutter, our camera person, and Joe McDonald with A&M Digital Technologies, of course, providing the graphics, the scoreboard, and the instant replays. George Allen is our studio technician back at WVRC headquarters. John, I mentioned in the intro last year's throttling that Roane County gave Ripley. There was some very intense chatter before that, and Roane County, although they lost 8 seniors from last year's team, the rest of the guys know exactly what was said there and know exactly how they responded to it. I hope they can continue that kind of momentum tonight.
You know, last year, there were so many different things throughout the season that just kind of made our team who they were, and the Ripley game last year was kind of a turning point for us because we were so tuned into that game because of the chatter, and you're going to get that kind of thing with a rivalry cross-county game. But in the locker room before that game started, you could hear a pin drop. Our guys were just tuned in and fully focused and ready to go. And when we stepped on the field, we were able to have our way with Ripley last year. Now, these guys return a lot of folks, and they did not forget about what happened there on their field last year, and they're looking forward to coming over here and trying to put one on us tonight.
It's kind of what Coach Paul Burdette keeps saying each week on Wednesday nights. He said, we just have to remain humble about what we're trying to do, remain hungry about trying to win games each week, and if we continue to do that and not let anything on the outside influence what we are thinking or how we perform, then we'll be good enough to take care of business each Friday night. And the Raiders have been taking care of business big time. Number one on the ground, obviously. The Raiders have rushed for 349 yards per contest, 1,749 yards overall. They're led right now by Briar Begler, 97 touches for 690 yards. He averages 7.1 yards per carry. Right behind him, Skylar Delk, 71 carries for 589 yards. He's averaging 8.3 yards per carry. But you mix in the other guys, Shea Harper, 248 yards. He's got 11.8 yards per touch, 9.6 for Brandon Richardson, who has just played 3 games for Roane County. And it's who do you try to guard? There's very, very many weapons, and when you have an experienced line like Roane County does, it's so hard schematically certainly for a defensive coordinator, but for an entire coaching staff to plan.
Yeah, you said it. It starts up front with the offensive line and what those guys have been able to do in and out of the season and the off season. You have 2 guys that are deadlifting and squatting over 500 pounds, and then you have other guys that are just putting up numbers in that weight room as well. So the offensive line is really kind of all where it starts. We talk about that week in and week out. And to have guys that have that vision and that skill with the ball in their hands, it's a recipe for greatness, and that's what we've seen from Roane County so far this season. Drew, 5-0, looking to go 6-0 here, and give us a chance to get a breather and kind of get those bumps and bruises taken care of before we go into the later part of our season.
The Raiders defensively have been stout as well, giving up just 14 points per game on average. And Matt White, we were talking right before we came on the air. It's been very tough going here for Ripley's offense. On top of the fact that they've struggled to score offensively, they've lost a couple of weapons, and they've got a guy out here right now in Ty Stevens who doesn't look 100% either. So they're going to be playing with less than they have, and they've struggled to score and put up yardage.
Yeah, in their 5 contests, only 5 offensive touchdowns have been scored by Ripley. So, I mean, this was before. Then last week, you lose 2 guys, your one of your starting receivers, Parker Boyd, and your second leading rusher, and a guy that has 2 out of those 5 touchdowns in Aiden D'Amico, out in this ball game and possibly longer. They suffered some tough injuries last week against Oak Hill, and Stevens injured his knee in the previous contest against Marietta. And he's come back out. He's gaming it. You know, he's a tough kid. We saw him last season, a really tough, hard-nosed quarterback. He's playing with a brace on his knee, but you can tell he's nowhere near 100%. 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions on the season from Stevens. Ripley has struggled to move the ball as well on offense, only averaging about 150 yards per contest this season.
You know, we say all of that, and we talk about Ripley being down with injuries. It's still Ripley. They're still the Vikings. They're still from Jackson County. And if you're Roane County, you can't let anything – you can't look past anybody. We're too new to being the target to be looking past anybody. So I think, John, if you do what the Raiders have done each week before, if you just power up front with the bigs, get your lead blockers out there, let Roane County's skill guys run wild, dump some passes in here and there, and then play hard on defense, and hopefully the Raiders were able to diagnose the schematics of the offensive weaponry that Ripley has. And if you do that, you got Paxton in the interior. He's like a quarterback on the defense. He helps the rest of the guys see what plays are coming.
Yeah, he's a film rat. I mean, he's in the film every single day. But here's the thing: Ripley changed their offense from last year to this year, and it looks a lot like what Roane County does. In film, I've seen a heavy look. I've seen the double wing look with some jet motion, things like that. So if we know what we're doing offensively, our guys switch over and play defense just as well. Our guys should be tuned in and be able to diagnose those plays just as quick. Now, last week against Buffalo, they threw a little wrinkle in against us, and that's just coaching. So what we have to do is we have to be on our toes to look for anything kind of out of the ordinary and just play assignment football and hit and wrap and tackle just like we have been for the last couple years.
A beautiful night sky here as Friday night, 7:30 looms in. The band is on the field. We'll take a break for our sponsors. When we return, we'll have the Coach's Corner interview with head coach Paul Burdett after these messages.
Calhoun Banks is your hometown bank. We've been serving Calhoun and the surrounding areas for over 120 years. We offer many financial and banking services, including commercial, online and mobile banking, mobile wallet, our annual Deals on Wheels loan sale, home and construction loans, and we specialize in land-only loans. With offices in Grantsville, Arnoldsburg, Elizabeth, and Glenville, we are ready to serve the needs of all of our communities. Stop in and see us at one of our 4 locations today. Visit our website at calhounbanks.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Calhoun Banks WV. Lobby hours are Monday through Thursday, 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Drive-through open 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Friday lobby hours are 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Drive-through open 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. And Saturdays, our drive-through is open 8:30 a.m. to noon.
Equal Opportunity Lender, member FDIC.
Carpenter's General Store in Spencer has been saving you money and giving you the best selection in Roane County since 1996. We have an amazing selection of domestic, import, and craft beers, ciders, and wines at the absolute lowest prices anywhere. And if we don't have it, we'll get it for you. We have a sporting goods section with all the right fishing gear, locally crafted lures, and live bait. And we also carry a great selection of firearms and ammunition. And once again, if we don't have it, we'll get it for you with the lowest prices guaranteed. We're open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. So come see us at 746 Arnoldsburg Road in Spencer. It's a convenience store with a whole lot more.
Stop by Spencer Cash Saver to check out our fresh produce, quality meats, and our new grab-and-go deli sliced meats and cheeses. New 2-week ads start every other Thursday with the best prices for your budget. Save money and shop local at Spencer Cash Saver.
Stop by D&D Motors for great deals on used cars. We have an incredibly diverse and continuously growing inventory to choose from, with many makes and models at price points that anyone can afford. D&D Service Department also offers oil changes, tire rotations, and other maintenance on your new purchase. Call D&D for your next service appointment. D&D Motors, located at 276 East Main Street in Spencer. Stop in and see Dan or Donna for your super deal today. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon, and closed on Sunday. D&D Motors, call 304-519-2157. As you look upon that beautiful evening sky here in Roane County at County Stadium, our pregame coverage continues. We had a chance to talk to head coach Paul Burdett before we got started here on the air. Here is what he had to say about tonight's contest. All right, welcome back, folks. We're here in the end zone, familiar position, at home once again at County Stadium. Going to be a beautiful night for a test for your Roane County team. Coach, again, every single week, it's the same MO. It's the same statement that you give to these guys. Stay humble, stay hungry, try to become 1-0 again. So far, so good this year, but the past is the past.
Yeah, I tell them, every week it's the same story, Drew. What we've done up to this point really doesn't matter unless we do it again tonight. Each Friday night is big, and they get bigger and bigger. So, we got to be focused tonight. This Ripley team's nobody to mess with. They got weapons that can hurt us, and we got to be prepared as we should be. We got to be ready to play football.
You just from a numbers perspective, this AAA team offers you a lot of points. Just the 12 normal and the 1 extra. If you're talking about trying to move up in rankings or whatever it may be, trying to position yourself where you want to be, tonight is a major opportunity for you guys.
Well, it is, but, it goes back to what we just said. It's about being 1-0. Last week I even brought out faceless opponent. It really doesn't matter who it is, who's in front of us this Friday night. What matters is we go out. We're the most physical team on the field. We give 110% effort every play, and we come out 1-0.
Having said that, I did invoke our former head coach here, Jim Hamrick, and I said he often said that we are going to be measured by how we play against Jackson County teams. I said that might not be as important right now, but it's still neat to say.
I said it to him this afternoon in a meeting. It is. You're still measured by how you do against Jackson County, and for whatever reason, that's what it is. And these guys need to come out tonight and need to fire on all cylinders and need to take care of business, and in whatever fashion it is that happens in.
We talked about the film study with Ripley. They've run a couple of completely different offenses, it seems, at different times. How do you guys prepare defensively, schematically for that?
Well, you got to know the formations and what the tendencies are out of them, which is what we deal with every week. I wouldn't want to try to break us down. We showed a lot more formations last week than Ripley did, but you got to be able to take care of that. You got to know what they're doing. You got to be in the right spots. You got to make sure you're covering the right people. It's a challenge, but that's why we practice each week and work on it and watch film.
Offensively, obviously we know that you guys have many different weapons, but as important as the O-line is every single week, I think the speed in their secondary, it might be important for those lead blockers and those guys on the outside. As you mentioned, Lane Watson blocking downfield. Those guys are going to have to really step up here tonight.
Yeah, and they have. Just watching film from last week, every long run we had guys downfield making blocks, and that's it's as we move forward, Drew, it's going to be more and more important each Friday night.
Well, Coach, once again, it's going to be a beautiful night here. We hope the rain holds off until after the game, but it's going to be beautiful weather, and it's going to be a raucous crowd. We've got a lot of people here watching this Roane County team. As you move into this sixth game of the season, how is the health of your team?
Well, right now, knock on wood, it's really good. We've been very fortunate. The Lord's been good to us. We've been, healthy for the most part. Hopefully, after the game tonight, we can say the same thing, and then, have a week next week to recover any types of bumps and bruises we may have.
Well, Coach, we're just about to 7:30, another Friday night, another home game. We wish you guys the best of luck. Go out there and get win number 1 of the week.
Thanks, Drew. We appreciate it.
Head Coach Paul Burdett. Folks, stick around. More pregame coverage after these messages. And we welcome you back to County Stadium. We are getting set for the opening kickoff. Very neat atmosphere here tonight. Obviously, we are live on our YouTube stream, and the link on Facebook shared as well. We're on the radio station. Friday Night Rivals is here. Mark Martin and his crew from WCHS and Eyewitness News, they are covering this entire game on the television. So a very exciting environment. Obviously, we were wondering if that would affect the crowds. No, Roane County is bringing them out once again. The people of this county want to see this team live.
Yeah, and with us being on the road 3 weeks in a row, getting an opportunity to see what we did last week. We had a great game last week, cut the quarters down, so they want to come back out and hopefully see a little bit more of that first group, the varsity group of Roane County here tonight.
While we have a few moments, let's take a look at the starting lineups for both of these teams. First off, on offense for the Ripley Vikings.
Like you said, this is a pretty good size offensive line up front. The left tackle, 5'10", 212-pound sophomore Xander Stoniker. The left guard, 6 foot, 245-pound junior Bradley Anderson. The center, 6'3", 310-pound senior Carter Hall. The right guard, 5'10", 230-pound junior Mason Flutie, and the right tackle, 6 foot, 250-pound junior Luke Lowry. The tight end, 5'11", 183-pound sophomore Cooper Durst. The split receiver, 6 foot, 166-pound sophomore Chris Jenkins. The wingback, 5'9", 143-pound junior Virgil Myers. In the backfield, the fullback, a 5'9", 170-pound sophomore Ethan Kay. And the main guy you've got to look for, the running back, the tailback, 5'10", 170-pound senior Hunter Brown. He's the leading rusher and the leading receiver for this Vikings team. And commanding the offense, the 6'2", 185-pound senior Ty Stevens. But don't be shocked if you see a little bit of Tyson Pritt coming in to spell Stevens with his nagging knee injury.
Let's look at the 4-4 base defense for the Raiders that have been very good this year, giving up just 14 points per game. And it starts with those two very impressive defensive ends, both seniors. Ori May, 6 foot, 170 senior, and he is tied for the lead with 4 sacks on the season. Matthew Schaefer on the other side, 6'1", 200-pound senior, also has a couple of sacks himself. In the middle, a couple of big boys, Jacob Bunner, the junior, 6'2", 285, and Christian Jarvis, the 6'1", 225-pound senior D tackles. Linebacking core has also been good this year. On the outside, you've got Briar Begler, and he is 5'8", 165, a senior. Skylar Delk will bump to the inside, so Shea Harper will be on the outside, 6', 175 sophomore. You're also going to see Harper move into the secondary. Brandon Richardson will come in at outside backer, 5'7", 160, and he is a junior. In the inside, of course, Skylar Delk, the senior, 6', 180, and Colton Paxton, the defensive captain, 6'1", 210, he's a senior. In the defensive backfield, Andy Jetton, a junior, 5'11", 175, and Lane Watson, the sophomore, 6'1", 175. At the corner position, Sawyer Hunt is at safety, 5'10", 150, and he is a junior.
This defensive set for the Ripley Vikings is very similar kind of to what we played last year. A lot of 3-3 type defensive sets with a couple of safety linebacker hybrids. But up front for the Vikings, the end is a 6', 245-pound junior Bradley Anderson. The other end, 6'3", 242-pound senior Frankie Winter. And in the middle of that defensive front, the 6'3", 310-pound senior Carter Hall. The three linebackers on the outside, 5'9", 170-pound sophomore Ethan Kay. The other outside backer, 5'10", 170-pound senior Hunter Brown. And in the middle linebacker spot, the 5'10", 181-pound junior Colin Moore. He is the leading tackler on this Viking team with 72 on the season. The two guys on the outside, you got to keep an eye out where Noah Casto is. He's a 5'10", 154-pound sophomore, 34 tackles on the season, a sack and an interception to his credit. And the other outside hybrid, the 6'2", 185-pound senior Ty Stevens. And in the secondary, the corners getting the start here tonight in place of the injured Parker Boyd will be the 6', 168-pound sophomore Tyson Pritt. The other corner, 6', 166-pound sophomore Chris Jenkins. And the safety in the backfield there, the 5'9", 143-pound junior Virgil Myers. He does have 2 interceptions on the season.
As per usual, the offense all runs through the front 5. Left tackle is Noah Jett, 6'2", 255, sophomore. He's got 7 pancakes this year. Left guard is Jacob Bunner, 6'2", 285. He is a junior as well. Matthew Schaefer, the senior, 6'1", 200 pounds. He's the center. Right guard is Colton Albright, 6', 210, senior. And the right tackle, Christian Jarvis, a 6'1", 225-pound senior. Colton Paxton is your tight end, 6'1", 210 pounds. Also a senior. Your H-back is Shea Harper, 6', 175. You'll also see Brandon Richardson in there at slot and wing, 5'7", 160 junior. Lane Watson is your wideout. The sophomore is 6'1", 175 pounds. The monsters in the backfield, Skylar Delk, the 6', 180-pound senior, and Briar Begler. The senior is 5'8", 165. Quarterback is the freshman Jacob Greathouse, 5'9", 145 pounds. The Raiders have won the toss and once again will go on offense to start the season. That is 6 for 6 for the Raiders going on offense. They've won 5 of the 6 coin tosses this year. The Raiders will go with all maroon here tonight. Jerseys and pants, helmets as well. Raider R on the right side and left side of the helmet. The big white stripe down the middle. And they've got the white letters and numbers with Roane in caps across the front. For the Vikings, it will be white jerseys with royal blue pants, royal blue numbers and letters. Ripley across the front. They've got that old school Viking on the side of their helmets.
I'm impressed, Drew, but you can see those numbers very well here tonight.
And that is something that I thoroughly appreciate from whoever ordered the white jerseys for Ripley. It'll be a bit interesting here tonight with Friday Night Rivals here. We'll have some interesting timeout situations with the media, so we'll try to go with that as best we can. The Raiders will begin with possession, and they will attack from left to right across your dial or across your screen.
Well, if those timeouts do run a little long, you know, we're never short for banter to fill the time slot. So
Absolutely. We're talking about the pancake situation for the up front guys and for the lead blockers. Check this. 10 pancakes apiece for Colton Paxton, who was a lead blocker, Jacob Bunner and Christian Jarvis. Jet with the 7, Matthew Schaefer, the center, with 6. And those guys like to finish blocks.
Yeah, that's what you want out of your offensive line, and that's why the numbers that Roane County has rushing this season just kind of sticks out. It's going to be a nice night here, Drew. Beautiful weather here at County Stadium with the new beautiful turf here. I just can't get over the fact that we have turf in Roane County.
And we know that the hurricane situation down in Florida has now reached South Carolina, and we're expecting some of the remnants of that up in West Virginia late into the night, early into the morning. I think the worst of it, though, is going to come tomorrow afternoon in the Mountain States. So we hope for decent weather here tonight. A little chilly, and that's exactly what football weather is supposed to feel like.
Yeah, you love this kind of weather. It helps with the cramps, but by this point in the season, you want to be in very good shape so those cramps aren't going to happen to you here much.
Roane County's head coach Paul Burdett in year number 12, 61-55 in his career. Third year for Steve Sayer over at Ripley. He's just 8-16. Roane County averaging near 40 points per game, 39.8 on offense, giving up 14 on defense. Again, Matt White touched on Ripley's offensive struggles, just 9.2 points per game and giving up 28 per game on defense.
And like I said, the last couple of games, whenever your quarterback's been hampered with injuries, it really makes you kind of change your offensive philosophy. You know, you have to get plenty of protection on Stevens. If you're going to throw the ball, you don't want to have to leave him out there on an island trying to scramble, because it's not going to work out real well with the mobility issues and that lingering knee injury. So you want to try to get some quick hitters up the middle if you're the Vikings. Maybe you got to get the ball into the hands of Hunter Brown. He's your biggest threat playmaker, but yeah, you definitely don't want to sleep on Virgil Myers. That kid is quick.
Yeah, Virgil Myers is definitely quick. Watching film, D'Amico, he was very shifty in film, so really he was going to be somebody I was going to keep an eye on, but he went down with a knee injury, so he is not going to be in the ball game here tonight, as well as Boyd. He has a sternum injury, I believe.
Yeah, so both of those talented athletes out for Ripley. And again, you watched Ty Stevens, the quarterback, in warm-ups, and he is limping heavily and heavily wrapped on that knee. So obviously we hope the best for him, but we'll see how much he can actually go here, as we are in a holding pattern waiting for the red hat, we call him, the red hat TV person. He has stopped all things on the field right now. And everybody just waiting. Roane County huddled up over by their sideline. Ripley kind of trying to stay warm here, as they'll be doing the kicking to begin this game.
Well, that's another area that you got to watch with Stevens. You know, he's been their kickoff guy and their punt guy as well. So we'll see if that injury is going to affect whether or not he is the one that even does the kicking or not.
Last year, Stevens went down, I believe, in the second quarter against us, against Roane County.
Yeah, right before halftime.
And that brought Virgil Myers into the ball game. So that changed some things a little bit. They were able to score on us right before the half, and then after that, it was all Roane County in the second half.
Appreciate everyone joining us on our YouTube stream. Those of you out in Radio Land, WVRC 104.7 FM. We invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on all social media if you can. Our YouTube channel, we've got the TikTok going now, and that's been very cool in the infancy stages. And we're looking for more and more followers in every way, shape, or form, so we can help bring all of this content to you as we continue to try to improve the station. Still waiting for the red shirt to move off the field, as Friday Night Rivals on WCHS is covering the game here tonight. And we hear the whistles, so that's a good sign. Roane County and Ripley ready to go. Raiders take the field. Back deep will be Briar Begler and Brandon Richardson.
And just like that, it's going to be Mason Gandy doing the kicking for Ripley.
Last year, Begler with the opening kickoff against Ripley kind of set Roane County up in good field position, so you know that they're not looking to kick to him. But, hey, man, do you kick to Richardson? I'm not sure.
I hope so.
Mason Gandy, the sophomore, sets the ball on the tee. A lefty kicker for the Vikings. Officials surveying. We are ready to go here at County Stadium. Game number 6 of the season for the Raiders. Points available for Roane County if they are able to take care of business here against the Vikings. Red Hats running off the field. The fans start to get loud on the home side. Gandy surveying. There's the whistle. We are ready to go. Gandy lays into it. High, shallow kick taken by Lane Watson at the 27. Watson up the middle. Watson to the outside. Watson fighting towards midfield. And a great return for Lane Watson will give the Raiders tremendous field position.
Yeah, nice to see Lane get an opportunity to get that kickoff. Hold on to that ball a little bit tighter, though. I remember that guy back in the day took a kickoff back for a touchdown and made a little bit of change in a game.
So the Raiders will start this first possession of the game left to right from midfield. Double wing formation. Delk, the lone back. Begler moves across the line, and a flag comes flying in from the side judge on Ripley's side. Maybe got the end on the far side, John.
Yeah, I think he was across that flag. Yeah, it was going to be some encroachment, I believe. Yeah.
And that will give the Raiders 5 to begin the drive, and into the territory of Ripley they go.
Took a few seconds to get that flag to come out. Maybe he had it tucked in a little bit too tight in his belt, but nice start for the Raiders.
Official has that undershirt on for the cool weather. Raiders go to a double wing to the same side, near side, handoff, Delk straight into the secondary, gets upended at the 36-yard line. And a nice run for Skylar Delk of about 9 yards, and the Raiders will move the chains on the first play.
Yeah, that O-line just opened it up, Drew, and you saw Delk just pick his lane. Virgil Myers comes up from the safety spot. That's not the guy you want making the first contact. Roane County first down on the first drive.
Double wing sets. Richardson the near wing, Begler the far wing. Under center is the quarterback. In motion behind, quick hitter at the middle. There goes Delk again. Breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle to the 10, to the 5. Skylar Delk, touchdown number 13 of the season for the senior.
Yeah, just a quick hitter up the middle here, Drew. See here on the replay. No arm tackles are going to stop this guy. Quick hitter right up the middle. No arm tackles will stop him. He's going to bounce off of that. And you see Stevens trying to catch up to him with a bad wheel right there. Roane County on the board very early.
Just as the Raiders did last week, 3 separate times, 2 or 1 plays for a score. Heavy package to the right for the 2-point conversion, and Briar Begler has himself a caravan of untouched into the end zone. A very quick strike for the Raiders as they lead it less than 40 seconds in, 8-0.
DW Excavating, LLC, located in Spencer, West Virginia, is a locally owned and operated business proudly serving Roane and the surrounding counties. DW Excavating has all the equipment to meet your dirt work needs, including dozers, skid steers, excavators, and a dump truck. We specialize in driveway and road construction, culvert repair and installation, property clearing, utility line installation and repair, and much, much more. Call us at 304-532-2968 or find us on Facebook at DW Excavating LLC. Don't delay, call us today to schedule your next project. DW Excavating LLC is a proud sponsor of Roane County Raider football. Go Raiders!
2 plays, Matt White, and Roane County on the board already.
Yeah, that's all it took. 2 plays, 50 yards, 34 seconds off the clock. Delk from 36 yards out. Begler with a 2-point conversion. Just like that, Roane County up 8-0.
Chris Jenkins and Virgil Myers back deep. This will sail left to right. Off the foot of Coben Cottrell. High, shallow punt. Jenkins at the 25. Straight up the middle goes Jenkins, and he is wrapped up at the 36 by a pair of Raider defenders.
Yeah, Colton Paxton, first guy in there, Drew, to get a lick. And first tackle of the game for Colton.
Brandon Richardson in there just overshot his target. Boy, he gets down the field on kick coverage very quickly. First possession for the Vikings.
Right to left they will go. Ball resting in between the two hashes at the 36. And it will be Ty Stevens, the senior, from the shotgun. Receivers bunched to the near side. Whistles fly in. I think one of the receivers took off early.
Yeah, that's going to be Jenkins. Moved a little quick. That's going to push Ripley back 5. So penalties start the defensive possession, penalty to start the offensive possession. Ripley not in rhythm.
Working behind the chains is never a good thing for an opponent of Roane County. First down and 15, the ball moving to the 31. A beautiful night here at County Stadium, and the crowd shows that. A healthy crowd for Roane County and for Ripley. They brought a lot of people over the short trip. Stevens now will go under center. Double tight ends on the far side. They'll go near side with the handoff. Hard-hitting shot up the guts, and waiting to see who rolls off of that pile.
That's Brown.
And that is Hunter Brown, the 170-pound senior. The Raiders diagnose it nicely. Brown able to pick up a couple of yards.
Yeah, Christian Jarvis and Bunner both in there to start off with. And the defensive front just collapsed that thing. Brown is a very tough kid, good wrestler, very hard-nosed kid.
Give him 2 on the carry, second down and 13. Ball resting at the 33 of the Vikings. 3 receivers far side. Stevens, 5-step drop. He's going to launch it down the field. He's got Myers, and a great coverage play by the safety, Sawyer Hunt, coming over as Myers had a bit of a step, I believe, on his defensive back, but great play in the secondary by Saul.
Yeah, Saul just read the angle very well, Drew, and beat him to the point where the ball was going to be. Didn't get a hand on him. They kind of bumped hips there for just a second. No call. Good coverage by the Roane County secondary.
Brings up 3rd and long for the Vikings. The ball resting at their own 33. They travel right to left here on the near hash. Double tight ends, double wing set. Stevens going to look to throw. 5-step drop. He's got pressure, and up into the ball goes Matthew Schaefer, and Schaefer lets out a roar as he jumps up and tips that ball down away from Stevens.
Yeah, Schaefer, just a good defensive end play, but he's smart, gets his hands up in the passing lane, tips the football. A couple of our guys thought maybe it might have been a fumble, but Roane County going to get an opportunity to return a punt.
It will be Myers, the punter. Back deep is Briar Begler. Myers standing at the 20 of Ripley. Begler at the Roane County 32. Clean snap. Myers gets it away, almost blocked by a couple of Raiders. That one shanked over to the side, takes a big bounce for Ripley out near midfield, and the Raiders will have half the field with which to work for drive number 2, leading 8-0.
Yeah, the pressure that time, Drew, very quick there. You saw Brandon Richardson. He was in there close. I think on the opposite side you had Ori May. A shank punt. Roane County with great field position here. Ball right on the 50.
What I really liked about that was Richardson peeling off at the last second as to not get any sort of penalty. First and 10.
So tough to do when you're trying, you're trying to get out there and get that block. He gets a split second.
Drive number 2 begins with 10:26 on the first quarter clock. Receivers split to the near side. Backs split in the backfield. Handoff, Begler, Breyer, jitterbugging, Breyer spinning at the 40. Still on his feet down to the 36-yard line. And a big 14-yard carry for Breyer Begler up the gut.
Yeah, that time just dipped his shoulder, Drew. And a little spin move there at the end is what we're accustomed to watching Breyer Begler do. Continue to churn those legs. First down for Roane County. You see here on the replay. Just doesn't go down after first contact.
Chains will move. First and 10 at the Ripley 36. Back split once again. Now Shea Harper in motion. The pitch to Shea. Looking for the hole. Shea puts his shoulder down at the 35, and he'll pick up a couple of hard yards on the pitch. Roane County, an offensive lineman late to get up. I believe that's Christian Jarvis. Jarvis limping a bit.
Yeah, you kind of get caught up in some stuff. Actually, that's Shea.
Shea also?
Yeah.
See, Christian is working out a little bit of an injury, but Shea Harper as well.
I think Shea maybe fell on the football.
Maybe got the wind.
Yeah, that's always tough as a
out.
running back. You're going to fall on that football every once in a while.
Give Shea 2 on the pitch
Inside the 35 to the 34 go the Raiders with a 2nd down and 8. 8-0, 9:35 on a rolling first quarter clock. Lane Watson splits to the far side. Double wing formation. Richardson takes the jet sweep, looking for the outside edge. Good blocking in front, but great recovery by Virgil Myers, showing his speed. Not before, though. A nice about 5 or 6 yard gain for B. Rich.
Yeah, that time you had Delk out front trying to set a block, but Virgil Myers just came under the block and made a nice tackle. You could see the speed of B. Rich. As soon as he gets the ball in his hands, he's cooking.
We'll give him 4 on the carry. 3rd down and about 4 yards to go at the 30. Heavy package leaning to the right. 3rd man is Begler, untouched to the 25, and that's where he'll be stacked up. Not before, I believe he has enough for the 1st down.
Yeah, you have 2 different defenders trying to take Begler down as he kind of carries those guys. We'll see where they spot the ball. Doesn't look like they're going to get the 1st.
It's just past the 26-yard line, and they will give him a 1st down. From our angle, we can't tell if that is on the 26 or just past it. Apparently, it was just on the 26. 1st and 10 for Roane County. 8:46 on a rolling first quarter clock. Raiders stick heavy. Delk off tackle. Delk just battling. And he will pick up 8 yards on the off-tackle run.
Heavy is tough to stop. We talk about it all the time. You just got to be in the right position. You got to blow everything down. And Roane County's offensive front just doing work.
We'll bring up 2nd down and 2. The ball resting at the Ripley 18-yard line between the hashes. Raiders moving left to right. They'll stick heavy. Leaning left. Jacob Greathouse, the freshman, under center. Hands off, Begler. Following lead blockers, bounces it outside. Now cuts it back against the grain at the 10. Down to the 7 before he is dropped by a big man. And Begler picks up the necessary 1st down yardage. It'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, Carter Hall there, the big man. Let's see what are his stats. Yep, 6'3", 310. Begler took him for a little ride there, a couple yards.
Fresh set of downs, 1st and goal from the 8. Watson splits near side. Heavy package to the right. 3rd man, Begler, and he's bouncing it outside at 1 man to beat, and Beggs will outrun Chris Jenkins to the end zone for the touchdown.
Yep. We talk about heavy run on the inside. This time he bounces it to the outside, Drew, and just shows that track speed that he has as he just outruns the guy to the corner. Roane County cooking again.
Leading 14-0 at the 7:43 mark here in quarter number 1. Raiders going for 2. They've been very good at this the last couple of weeks after that debacle at Clay County where they went 1 for 6. They'll stick with heavy. Now they'll take Begler out in motion. Snap, give, off tackle, Delk, in.
It's clockwork.
16-0, Roane County with the lead. We'll be back after this timeout.
Need homeowner coverage, replacement cost on your home, or your contents? Homeowner policies are written at many different levels of coverage. Let us help you. Diane Williams Insurance at 217 Church Street has been providing folks with their needs for over 60 years. Give us a call or stop by Church Street next to the courthouse. Diane Williams Insurance. Call 304-927-5656. Home, auto, farm, mobile home, commercial buildings, motorcycles, campers. We can do it all. Call us at Diane Williams, 304-927-5656, or email us at dianewilliams@suddenlinkmail.com. Open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30.
Raiders working well offensively early in the ball game after a 3-and-out punt. The Raiders start at the 50, and Matt White, they do work once again offensively.
Yeah, a little bit more of a methodical drive that time, though. Drew, 7 plays, the 50 yards, 2 minutes, 43 seconds off the clock. Briar Begler with the 8-yard touchdown run. Skylar Delk with the 2-point conversion. Roane County's out to a 16-0 lead. Everything on the ground, 95 yards so far in 2 possessions for the Roane County ground game.
Whew. Looking at touchdowns for the Raiders, I said that touchdown for Delk was his 13th. This was 14th, actually, because I missed one from the passing game that he had last week. The week before. That's 14 for Delk and now 9 for Briar Begler on the season. Those two leading this Roane County team.
It's good right now to see Shea Harper back out there on this kickoff coverage, Drew. Just dinged a little bit.
Myers and Jenkins back deep. Coben Cottrell set to do the kicking from left to right. Roane County leading 16-0 in the first quarter. Punishing kick, that's going to send Myers back to the 13. He'll take it up the middle. Myers looking for room to run. He doesn't have it. He'll still pick up nice yardage out to the 34 or 35-yard line. That's where Ripley will begin offensive set number 2.
Yeah, I think Begler that time made first contact. Now the defense gets an opportunity here. Once again, Ripley's offense struggling, and you can see Ty Stevens there, Drew, just cannot extend that leg completely.
A 21-yard return on the kick for Virgil Myers. This possession will start far side hash, right to left at the 34 of the Vikings. Double wing formation. They'll move Jenkins out to the near side. I formation as Stevens goes under center. He'll pitch it to Myers to the outside, and he tried to cut it back against the grain, and he cut it against his better judgment because right there was the hair.
I'm telling you, it's Christian Jarvis, a.k.a. Fabio. Just read that play perfect, but I'll tell you who set the play up. It was Ori May that was kind of sealing that thing, or the contain made Virgil Myers cut it inside. And Fabio just whips his hair.
Man, that is textbook defense when you have that in contain and you force him into the teeth of the defense. And he had Christian Jarvis right at him, and that will be a loss of 4 on the play. We're laughing, but if you guys have seen Christian's hair this year, it is quite impressive.
It is so impressive. Women are jealous. Katie, she is very jealous.
Timeout on the field for Ripley. We'll take it with them. 16-0 Roane County. 6:51. You're watching Roane County High School Raider football on WVRC.
This is Gabby Bowen, Chronic Care Manager at Roane County Family Healthcare. Have you ever been told by a doctor, nurse, or other healthcare professional that you have high blood pressure, also known as hypertension? Uncontrolled high blood pressure raises the risk for heart disease and stroke, which are leading causes of death in the United States. Fortunately, high blood pressure is treatable and preventable. Here at Roane County Family Healthcare, we have developed a program for our patients that incorporates one-on-one consultations, individualized care plans, education, monthly calls, and more. By participating in our services, you also receive your own free blood pressure monitor. Yes, a free monitor, so that you can closely monitor your progress. So are you ready to take the step towards healthier goals? Give me a call at 304-927-8139. My office hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Let me help you manage your hypertension. Roane County Family Healthcare, healthcare for the entire family.
Second down and 13, a run up the middle and locked up quickly by Colton Paxton and sent back is number 18, Ethan Kay, the sophomore, met Paxton in the hole, and Paxton drove him 10 yards backwards.
Watch this Mike linebacker here, Drew. Reads this thing, heat-seeking missile, shoulders down, continues to drive. That guy should probably wrestle.
A loss of 1 on the play brings up, he never stops. Third down and 14. From just outside the 30 of the Vikings. 6:15 and rolling here in the first quarter. The Raiders leading 16-0. 3 bunch to the far side. Yeah, the formation. Stevens rolling. Stevens, he's got pressure. He'll break free. Stevens into the secondary at the 40 to the 50. Over the midfield stripe and out of bounds at the 45. A flag comes flying in behind the run. Stevens looked really good, though, on that run.
Yeah, able to escape the pocket there. It really broke down. He was able to get out front, and there was some blocking downfield. That may be a holding call.
You see Stevens' frustration as he's coming back.
Yeah.
And it will be a holding on the Vikings. And you know Stevens, how many of those does he have in him?
Well, I mean, yeah, probably not very many. You can see here on the replay, Stevens breaks down. He's able to get outside the pocket. Further down the field, you can see Noah Casto, I believe, with the block, and it's going to be a hold on Lane Watson. That's where the flag comes in.
Still, the hold was so far downfield that it's still enough for a first down. First down of the game for the Vikings. It moves the ball out to the 45. Right to left on the far hash, it's set.
Three receivers bunched to the short side over on Ripley's side. Shotgun for Stevens. Actually, that's not Stevens. That is Virgil Myers. Off tackle, locked up after 2 yards and punished to the ground by Jacob Bunner and crew.
I don't know if Virgil said something to these guys before the game, but my goodness. See, Bunner, the first guy to meet him there, that's going to be Bunner's second tackle.
Forward progress, they'll give him 3 yards out to the 48 of the Raiders. 16-0 Roane County. Clock working here in quarter number 1, 5:25 and counting. Ripley breaks the huddle, sends a receiver near side, a couple of tight ends to the far side. I formation with Stevens under center. Here's the pitch outside. Myers cuts it off, and he's got yardage at the 50, just past the 50-yard line. Richardson was in the backfield, and he just overran that tackle.
Yeah. Was there a flag thrown?
Yeah,
or was
flag came in at the very end. I don't know if maybe it was a face mask or something. Maybe
Shea was in there on the tackle, but maybe somebody came in a little late or somebody got their hands up around somebody's face mask.
Personal foul on Roane County. So add insult to injury. That's the call is face mask as the white hat shows the grab of the face mask. So the Raiders not helping on that play. They called it a personal foul, but it's only a 5-yard mark-off, so he must have.
I think they changed it right there at the end instead of they changed it from the 15 to the 5-yard variety.
Vikings, though, on the move here in drive number 2. Across midfield to the Roane County 41. Receiver to the near side, wing to the near side. I formation. Stevens going to look to throw. He's pressured, flushed, looking downfield, dumps it out of bounds. And self-preservation for Ty Stevens.
Yeah, some pressure there that time. Coben Cottrell comes in to relieve Ori May a little bit. Ori, they're working on him, maybe an ankle, but he looks like he's going to be okay. And then Skylar Delk comes in as well. Put some pressure on these guys.
We'll bring up 2nd down and 10 while resting at the 41 of Roane County. Right to left go the Vikings. 4:57 on a stopped first quarter clock. Raiders leading 16-0. 3 receivers bunched to the near side. Stevens going to look to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Can't get his footing and doesn't get rid of it early enough. And Coben Cottrell in there for his first sack of his career.
Yeah, it's not like I haven't tried to get this guy to play football since he was about 5 years old. Love that he's here this year, and he's going to learn a lot by leadership that's ahead of him. You see Begler over there giving him a high five. Nice job. This kid's a big-bodied kid. He has all the potential in the world.
Big loss on the sack, and you got to think how much of that was Stevens not being able to twist his body with that knee problem.
Yeah, you're running left side. You've got to contort your body a little bit, twist those hips, and get those shoulders square. It just takes too much time.
3rd down and very, very long, about 24. And Ripley getting to the line late. They'll have to burn timeout number 2 here in the first quarter. 4:08 left in the quarter. Roane County leading 16-0.
Visit the Garden Fresh Market in downtown Spencer. We stock fresh produce arriving daily. Let us create meat and cheese trays or veggie and fruit trays for your next event. Our kitchen is open daily, eat in or carry out, Monday through Saturday, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner with daily specials available. We also sell fresh flower arrangements at Taylor's Floral. The Garden Fresh Market. Give us a call at 304-927-5109 or stop in and see us at 229 Ripley Road in downtown Spencer. And let's go Raiders.
We welcome you back to County Stadium. 4:08 remaining first quarter action. Roane County leading 16-0. Second offensive series for the Vikings. Got moving pretty well down to the 41, but a big sack by Coben Cottrell and a loss of 14 leads a 3rd down and 24 left for the Vikings. They had to burn timeout number 2 as well, John.
Yeah, you saw early in that possession, you saw Stevens able to get outside the pocket and run downfield. But we all know that he's got an issue with the knee as you see him jogging onto the field here. And when he's running to his left, he's trying to square himself up to throw the ball, and a great sack by the sophomore Coben Cottrell.
Red Hat is holding things up right now. As again, this game is broadcast on WCHS TV, Friday Night Rivals. And we're ready to go with a 3rd and 24, a couple of high safeties standing way back in the defense for Roane County. Watson and Sawyer Hunt snap back, looking to throw is Stevens. He's got pressure. He throws it down the field. Roane County has a man there, and in and out of the hands of Sawyer Hunt. Boy, he is going to wish that he had that one back. Stevens was pressured, and he was drilled, John, and he is up even more gimpy.
Yeah, Ori May backside, well, actually right in his face. He held on as long as he possibly could. Good coverage downfield. Sawyer having himself a game here this evening, Drew, but had his hands on the football, just went through his fingertips.
Yeah, Myers almost had to turn into the defensive player to keep Sawyer from picking that one off.
Myers stands at the 40 or 35 of Ripley, and now B. Rich and Begler back deep. Low snap. Myers gets it away. This one angled over towards the Ripley sideline at the 25, takes a backwards bounce to the 31, and grabbed immediately by Chris Jenkins. That's where the Raiders will begin their third offensive set, 16-0, 3:55 left in the first quarter.
Yeah, 3:55 left here to go in the first quarter. Drew, Roane County offensively just been so good. Do you, in this possession, kind of throw in a different wrinkle against these guys?
I don't know if they just want to go away from that. They're mixing up the running plays pretty nicely right now, but they're starting here at their own 32, toughest field position of the game. They will change it up, ace formation. Actually, nope, it's just going to be a pair of wings. Shotgun for Skylar Delk. He'll keep it, direct snap. Delk breaks a tackle, puts two hands on it at the 35, and then just grinds it out to the 39. Delk just such a hard-nosed runner, and he packed on the pounds in the offseason to be able to withstand that kind of pain.
Yeah, that time he lowered the boom. Virgil Myers and Colin Moore both taking the brunt of the punishment there. Roane County with an opportunity here, second and short.
Long 7 on the carry brings up second down and 2.5. Ball resting in between the 39 and 40 of the Raiders. 3:20 and counting. Receiver to both sides. Delk again out of the shotgun. Snap back. Handoff on the jet sweep. B. Rich looking for the backside, and he goes right into the teeth of Stevens. And Stevens a little extracurricular after that tackle. You can see he's a little frustrated. I think Richardson was trying to find the right lane, John, and I don't think he saw the peripheral Ty Stevens coming.
Yeah, Richardson's new to offensive football, Drew. He's a defensive guy, played in Texas, didn't play offense, so he's just trying to figure things out. Plus, he had the broken nose, so he's really new to the offensive side of football.
No gain on the play. Third down and 3 from the 39 of Roane County. Back to Heavy. Heavy slanted to the right. They'll hand it off. Begler bounced it outside. Breaks a shoestring tackle. Picks up the first down. Over the 45, out to the 46-yard line goes Briar Begler.
Yeah, Beggs. Roane County goes back to their bread and butter. Pick up the first down. Wonder if Coach Burdett's going to try to punch one in here before the quarter's over.
The ability for Briar to bounce things outside when necessary kept him able to pick up that necessary first down. 2:15 and counting. Roane County out near midfield at the 46 of the Raiders. Jacob Greathouse back in at QB. Raiders break the huddle with 10 on the play clock. Back split in the backfield. Snap back, scissors play. Shea Harper, two hands on the football, young man, and the ball comes squirting out, and it looks like Roane County will have their first turnover.
Possibly, but then there's also a flag that came flying in.
Let's see what all this is about. I saw Shea grab two hands on it at the 50, and the ball still got squirted out. But there is a flag at the 48-yard line. The question will be, will the flag be on Ripley?
Yeah, we'll see the officials talking it over. Ripley, a team that is struggling this year, and you've seen it so far in this game, a cross-county rival. There's a little chippiness, so it's going to be interesting here what the call is going to be.
The entire officiating crew standing at midfield, all talking things over. And we're all in a holding pattern. Ripley seems to think that they've got the football. So after they called roll, targeting, wow. The penalty was targeting on Ripley,
they're going to say that Ripley still recovered a fumble.
Huh.
Coach Paul Burdett asking what?
Yeah, I think that's one of those things, too. I mean, that high school football rules as far as targeting or personal foul penalties are a little bit different in the way that they are assessed. We've seen that, like, so, for instance, if you're on a 4th down and you get a late hit out of bounds, which is a personal foul, it's considered an after the play kind of a call. I think that might be the similar situation here. If that fumble came out before the targeting, then the fumble would still stand, and then you would assess the 15 yards.
And now they're going to give it to Roane County. What?
Okay, everything I just said was for naught.
Disregard everything you just heard, unless they just accidentally pointed towards Roane County. So we are trying to work this all out. It looks as if Roane County thinks they've got the ball because Jacob Greathouse is standing by Coach Burdett.
You got to move the
the chain crew's on the wrong side. If that's the case, they need to fix that. Somebody.
And the officials.
All right, somebody saw it. Thank you.
Will stop the clock yet again. And it's amateur hour at the Apollo here tonight at the moment. The officials will regroup, and they're going to – they got to do it parliamentary procedure-wise.
Yeah, that's one of those I'm going to have to check with Jeff on Monday about what in the world's going on here.
So we're looking at the chains. They are going to move, so this should be Roane County football.
Appears that way.
Appreciate everybody joining us on our YouTube live feed. Hey, make sure you interact with us. Tell us where you're watching from. See Grayson Watson out there watching from Morgantown, West Virginia.
Grayson, one of the Mountaineer Maniacs. He is at all the games. He gets to do all the cool stuff. I was talking to his dad about that a couple weeks ago.
Speaking of Mountaineer Maniacs, one of the old Mountaineers, Mark Boggs, tuning in.
Nice.
So it is Roane County football. We've worked all of that out.
So give Shea Harper 4 yards on the carry, tack on 15 yards. Roane County now to the 35-yard line, 1st and 10.
Okay, Matt. 1:52 left in the first quarter. Traditional I formation for Roane County. Handoff, second man through. That's Briar Begler. He'll get nothing. Good defensive effort up front and from the linebackers of the Vikings.
Yeah, Ethan Kay, the first one there to meet Begler, and that's not usual for Roane County's offense. We're used to picking up positive yards.
Brings up 2nd down and 10. Left to right go the Raiders on the near hash 35 of the Vikings. Back to heavy. And it'll be a quick hitter. Delk off tackle. Schuyler past the 30 before the first contact comes. He'll pick up another 1 or 2 yards, and another flag comes flying in. At the end of the play, Colton Paxton coming up very upset, saying that someone grabbed his face mask. The question is that the call?
Yeah, you always have to watch out. The last guy they usually catch, personal foul, and that's going to be against Roane.
Yep, they're going to get that on Colton Paxton, and he is frustrated. Paxton said that someone grabbed his face mask. Paxton, the second man, if that's the case, to get the penalty. And they sent Colton off the field. And I hope that's not a for good thing.
Yeah.
So the Raiders have put themselves in an ominous position here. 2nd down. And we'll call it 16. The ball resting at the Roane County 41. Nope, they're going to bring it back to the 43. So now the 44. It will be 2nd down and 19 for the Raiders. They lead 16-0, 1:13 left in the first quarter. Delk will go into the shotgun, double wing formation. Snap back. Delk going to look to throw it. He's got his man, Briar Begler, down the field. Can Beggs get to it? Just missing on the pass and catch. That one was about a half a step away from perfection.
Yeah, we've been fortunate to watch Begler just be able to run under things. That time Delk just put a little bit too much under that. Just out of the outreached hands of Begler, but, man, he was on his horse.
And we know that Delk can throw the ball long. The problem over the last few weeks is he's been nursing a right thumb injury, and he hasn't been able to grip the ball properly. Looks like he had no problems with that one.
Yeah.
4th down, Roane County going to go for it here. 4th and 19, Delk going to roll, going to pump. He's got pressure, avoids it, launches it down the field. He's got Brandon Richardson. Richardson with the catch into the end zone. Brandon Richardson, what a pass by Delk, and what a play.
I'll tell you what, Delk stood in the pocket with pressure in his face right here. He steps up and throws a bomb, and B-Rich just runs under that. Noah Casto here for Ripley on the coverage. Just let him get behind him, and a touchdown for the Raiders on a 4th and 19.
Did you say Brandon Richardson doesn't know offense yet?
Well, he's figuring some things out on the fly.
He's also a baseball player. He knows how to catch those things coming down from the sky. What a pass and catch of 44 yards. And the Raiders strike again on 4th and 19, going for 2. Delk back to his familiar position and in to the turf maroon style. Roane County, it was interesting and effective both. 24-0 with a minute left in the first.
Demand a machine that's built to mow the distance. Mow like you mean business with the Gravely ZT HD. The aggressive stance adds stability and a smoother ride. The plush, high-back seat ensures all-day riding comfort. And the Hydro Gear transmission delivers increased torque and control. Bring it home and cut like a pro. Find a Gravely ZT HD to help you get the job done right. Gravely, built to mow the distance.
Your local Gravely dealer is Richard's Lawn and Garden, located at 130 Main Street, Spencer, West Virginia. Phone number 304-927-4580. Be sure to visit our showroom across the street right beside the T-Mobile building. Matt White, that one had everything, and it still had Roane County scoring.
Yeah, as long as the play ends in a touchdown, doesn't matter how you get there, but it took 8 plays and a 4th down conversion to go 68 yards, 2 minutes 57 seconds off the clock. Skylar Delk, the 44-yard bomb to Brandon Richardson, and then Delk punches in the 2-point conversion attempt. Roane County out to a 24-0 lead here with just under a minute left in the first.
Coben Cottrell set to kick off from left to right. Myers and Jenkins back deep. Raiders leading 24-0 with less than a minute remaining in quarter number 1. Cottrell doing some yoga before this kick. This one launched at an angle over at the 20. It's going to stay in bounds. Myers will pick it up at the 18. Myers looking for room to run. Myers jitterbugging in between some defenders, makes it out to the 33-yard line. So a couple of nice returns for Virgil Myers, giving the Vikings a little better field position than they thought they may have.
Yeah, it looks like Lane Watson in there on the tackle for the Raiders. Ripley had a little bit of offense going their last possession there, Drew, so 51.6 left to go here in the first quarter. Roane County up 24-0 on the AAA Vikings.
The big play out of that second series defensively for the Raiders was the long sack by Coben Cottrell. 1st and 10, right to left for the final 51 seconds of the quarter will go the Vikings. Ball spotted on the far hash, double wing formation, double tight end formation, 2 moving at the same time. Here comes the flag. No gain on the play, nevertheless. The Raiders may decline this.
Yeah, I probably would here. See Ori getting up a little rough.
Well, Ori's been nursing something there, and he is going to have to be helped off the field now. That is not a good sign for Ori May.
Yes,
he's putting no weight on his left foot.
Yeah, you hate to see that, but Coben Cottrell going to get another opportunity here, and he showed out the last possession defensively. Good to see Paxton back out there at that Mike spot.
Well, you hate to see that, as Ori not putting any pressure, any weight whatsoever on that foot. So we can hopefully Hopefully that's just something tweaked right now and nothing that's some sort of permanent injury. Loss of 1 on the play. Roane County will decline the penalty. 2nd and 11 from the Vikings 33. 33 seconds and rolling in the first quarter. 24-0, Roane County leading. Stevens goes under center. Everyone bunched inside. Here's a quick hitter opportunity. And that is into Roane County's teeth again. Someone squirts out at the last second. And a gain of about 2. Still waiting to see who that is.
I think that was the fullback, K.
That is. Fullback Ethan K, 5'9", 170, picks up a pair of yards. The last play of the first quarter. Roane County leading 24-0, and the defense has a 3rd and long. You're watching Roane County High School Raider football on WVRC.
Did you know Hardman's is now stocking Trex decking? That's right. You don't have to worry with staining your deck anymore with Trex decking. We have 3 colors in stock to choose from, so you can buy it today and install it tomorrow. Ask about special financing options and enjoy your new deck all summer long. Looking to beat the heat and upgrade the inside of your home this summer? Call Rachel and Ripley or Tracy and Spencer about new carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl flooring. Many of these options are in stock and ready for you to take home today. Maybe you want to give your walls their best look? Come in and pick out your new favorite color or have us color match to the one you just can't live without. Our best look paint and primer in one is your only choice for superior quality at an affordable price. Hardman's, our family serving yours since 1907.
We welcome you back to County Stadium. After 1 quarter of play, Roane County leading Ripley 24-0. A 3rd down and 9 coming for the Vikings as the teams switch sides left to right. Ripley will travel. Here in quarter number 2, Roane County will move right to left offensively. Still looking down at the sideline, and Ori May, they're rewrapping his left ankle, so that's a good sign that at least it may not be something, we don't want to talk about, but hopefully Ori can maybe stay spelled here by Coben Cottrell for a bit.
Yeah, and that's the thing here with Roane County being up to a 24-0 lead to start of the second quarter. If Ori can't go up, be 100% in this game,
no reason to rush him back in.
Right, no reason to rush him back in. Plus, we have a bye week next week. Get him healed up and be able to go against Braxton.
Raiders and Vikings take the field once again to start quarter number 2 with a 3rd down and 9 for the Vikings. They move left to right from the 35-yard line. Ball spotted between the 2 hashes. Raider defense going to look to make it 3 in a row, holding the Vikings. Ripley sending a receiver to the far side. That is Jenkins out on the left. Stevens will be in the shotgun. Tight ends bunch to the near side. Running back beside Stevens. 5-step drop. Rushed again. Out to the outside. He's got the target. It's in and out of the hands. And that's Colton Paxton right there to knock it away from Hunter Brown. Did they call it a catch and then a fumble, or did they call that an incompletion? It looks as if –
It looks like the sideline official saying that it was a catch and fumble.
Yeah, it should have been. He looks like he had possession of the ball. Paxton's going to be able to shoot in here. You look back at the replay. Ball in hand, takes a step, ball out. So, yeah.
That's where they marked it at the 29.5-yard line. 4th down and punting situation. Now Stevens back to punt. Richardson and Begler stand at their own 40. Stevens at the 19. Low snap. He'll get it away. Low. Angled kick at the 45. Stays in bounds to the 40, and it will stop at the 37-yard line. Raiders will take possession for the 4th time in the game. The first one was 2 plays. The next one was 7. And then chaos ensued in that 3rd series, ending with a 4th down and 19 touchdown.
So Paxton is back. He had 4. That was his 4th tackle of the ball game. He had to go out and blow some steam off. You could see the chatter back and forth between a lot of these guys. Ripley didn't really like how things went last year. A lot of those guys back on the team this year.
24-0 Roane County. 4th possession to begin here at the 11:40 mark of the second quarter. Receiver to the far side, wing to the far side. Backs in the eye. Jacob Greathouse, the pitch outside. Begler
Seal block, he'll bounce it to the edge, 40, 45, a flag comes flying in, and that's not a good place. That's in the area of holding.
Yeah, I looked out, thought I saw some nice blocks, but did not happen. Looks like there's probably going to be a hold.
At the moment, Begler with a 16-yard run on first down into the territory of the Vikings, but the Raiders are moving backwards. That was a downfield hold, so I think Roane County may get something out of this, but it won't be 16 yards. A block in the back.
That's at midfield.
So the Raiders will get 3. It is still positive yardage, although not the yardage that Beggs would have liked. Second down and 7. Sorry, first down and 7. I apologize. Heavy package leaning to the left. Snap back, third man through, Briar Begler, off tackle, into the secondary, bounces it to the edge at the 50, the 40, the 35, and jumped on right there by Stevens. Another flag, though, on the near side. The question is that last block, was that going to be whistled as a penalty? Once again, Colton Paxton saying, I'm getting my face mask grabbed.
Yeah, you can see the chippiness. Give a quick shout out.
Block in the back again.
They're talking a horse collar. You hear people calling that out, but he didn't pull him down from behind. He was able to grab a hold and then make the tackle. But it's for nothing. But I'm going to give a quick shout out to my niece, Avery. She is watching and listening to her Uncle John here.
Fantastic. Hey, the Raiders, 2 penalties on 2 plays has given Roane County 5 yards. I know it sounds odd. The Raiders will begin this drive for the 3rd time, 1st and 5, at the 42-yard line. Again, though, the Raiders would much prefer the yardage they received before. 1st and 5. Here's the quick hitter. Delk off tackle. Delk riding a couple of defenders out near the 48, which is the yard to reach. Far side official has got him at the 49, and that will definitely be a first down. The question is, they're going to take the near side official still past the 48, so the Raiders will still move the chains. That was a couple of interesting plays. Pair of penalties. Roane County ended up with 1st and 5. 11 minutes remaining and rolling in the first half. 24-0. Roane County, they've been 3 for their previous 3 offensively. They've worked their way out to near midfield. They'll split Coben Cottrell, Briar Begler to near side. Be Rich in the slot, and Watson wide out. And they'll just keep it up the middle with the quarterback, Delk, as he will pass midfield down to the 47. A gain of 4 on first down, staying in front of the chains each possession.
Yeah, Hunter Brown that time made the stop for Ripley, but not before Delk got a few more yards. See the big boy coming in for Ripley. Carter Hall is going to go with that nose guard.
6'3", 310, Carter Hall.
What's unusual is he's the center on the offensive line. Usually you don't see that big of a fella snapping the ball.
Yeah.
Trip receivers far side, one to the near side. Now Beggs in motion near side. They'll fake the give to him, hand it off. Here's Shea Harper, 40-yard line, busting through down to the 35. They use the motion of Begler to keep the eyes off of Harper, and Shea does what he's supposed to do, and he goes north and south.
Yeah, he did a great job that time. He just dipped his shoulders and found that seam. Nice play for the sophomore, and Stevens there for the touchdown-saving tackle.
Raiders moving quickly, double wing, double receiver. They're going to look to roll. Dump it out is Delk, and that one was thrown low. Richardson made a nice play to pull it off the turf, but it took what could have been a big play and turned it into just a couple of yard gain.
Yeah, they were just trying to get him out in the space. Athletes in space is what we try to do here, Drew, and he just stumbled there just a little bit.
9:30 and rolling, second quarter. Roane County 24-0. They're in their 4th offensive set. Delk will remain in at QB. Double wings again.
Actually, no, they've got two split out to the far side. Delk rolling near side, plants his feet, dumps it deep down the field. Begler there, but right in front of him was Myers. Good defensive play by the safety. And a smart throw, getting it away from everybody.
Yeah, Begler just kind of came out and then up the seam and tried to come across, but Virgil Myers there step for step with him and played that under. And it was a nice play.
So the Raiders opening up a bit of the passing game here. But it is 3rd down and 7. The ball resting at the 32. Sorry, the 32. 32 and a half of the Vikings. Raiders moving right to left in quarter number 2. Clock stopped at 9:03. Raiders break the huddle with 7 on the play clock. They'll have to hustle. Heavy package under center. Third man, Begler. Fighting down towards the 30. He'll get past the 30 down to the 28. We'll bring up a 4th down and 3.
Yeah, Beggs that time just wants to take on the contact. Roane County's going to go for it, no problem here. They are going to get to the line quickly.
They need the 25-yard line. They'll go heavy, leaning left. At a hard count, Cleveland got the new nose tackle. Offside. Jacob Torres came in to replace the big boy in Carter Hall, and they got him jumping across.
Yeah, a great play by the freshman quarterback, Drew. You got to have nerves, and he read that there just a little bit. Of course, I'm sure that Coach Burdett's given him the call from the sideline, but composed and an opportunity for Roane County to pick the first down up as he checks out. Delk's going to check back in at the QB.
Raiders gifted a first down. The chains move down to the 24-yard line of Ripley. 1st and 10 Raiders. Receiver to both sides, wing to both sides. Harper to the left of Delk in the shotgun. The snap back. Delk fakes the give, hands it off to Richardson, up the middle, Be Rich, and absorbing and giving contact at the 11. He'll fall into the 10, and that'll be another first down. I like the wrinkle offensively.
I was going to say the same thing. I love the wrinkle there. You got Be Rich at a wing, and he takes a step back, comes under. It's that counter quick play as he lowers the shoulder. Virgil Myers there saving the touchdown.
Give him about 11 or 12 on the carry. 1st and 10 from the 11. Snap back, Delk, hands off. Harper jumps over the front line. Someone got pancaked, and Shea Harper, maybe some hurdlers in the future.
Yeah, Shea, actually a first-year track athlete last year, very, very good. So we're going to have to talk to Steve McGinnis, maybe get him to do some hurdling there during track season. Hunter Brown then they're able to make the stop by the shoestring.
Gain of 6, 2nd and 4 from the 5. Delk still in the shotgun. Snap back. Give. Begler. Begler's got room to run, and he will be touched at the goal line as he is diving in. The Raiders are mixing this stuff up with a lot of motion, and it is causing problems for the Vikings.
Yeah, this is a new set Coach Burdett and I talked about Wednesday night after the Raider review. He said, wait till you see kind of what we're going to be able to do here. They're just kind of double winging it with Begler and with Be Rich. And it's nice to have Shea Harper, his big frame, in the backfield as Jacob Greathouse is running in here for this two-point conversion.
It's nice to have Harper healthy. Of course, he was not healthy against Lewis County. He's now should be about 100%. I formation for the Raiders. It'll be Greathouse rolling. The old delay pass, wide open in the end zone. Coben Cottrell, and the Raiders are 4-4-4, 32-0. Roane County, 7:44 left in the half.
Is your grass already growing so fast it looks like a hayfield? Then you need to go see the professionals at Hildreth Supply. Hildreth Supply has all the Husqvarna equipment you need to tame that out-of-control yard. How about the Husqvarna riding lawnmower, model number YTH 18542, priced at $2218.75. Husqvarna trimmer, model number 329L for $249.99, or model number 130L for $265.94, and many more. Visit us on the web at hildrethsupply.com, check out our Facebook page at Hildreth Oilfield Supply, or stop by and see us at the store located on Route 33 in Spencer. Hildreth Supply, a hometown store with hometown ownership and proud supporter of all Roane County athletes.
Matt White, Roane County doing it in style on their 4th possession, opening up a little different offense.
Yeah, that one showed us a little bit of everything out of the playbook. Some different runs, different formations, a couple of pass plays, some penalties that resulted in positive yardage, 10 plays, 63 yards, 4 minutes off the clock. Briar Begler with a 5-yard touchdown run. Jacob Greathouse to Coben Cottrell for the 2-point conversion. And Roane County extends the lead 32-0 here, 7:44 left before the half.
We certainly appreciate everyone joining us on our YouTube live stream, and we've got a lot of comments, people listening from around. Jake Hamrick, is that Jake or Jay? Steamboat Springs, Colorado. Zach Jordan from Georgetown, South Carolina. The Springstons watching from Kings Island, Zanesville, Ohio. That's Lane Epling. People watching from Spencer, Charleston, West Virginia. Beckley, West Virginia. That's Todd Bannister, our good buddy Todd Bannister.
Todd, I miss your cooking, buddy. My goodness, I miss your cooking.
Yeah,
it's football season.
Diana Carpenter, they're somewhere in Oklahoma, she says. Nick Moorhead, a former Roane County Raider, watching from Morgantown as well. Appreciate everyone joining us, and we invite you to comment. Let us know where you're watching for. Let us know if you enjoy what we're doing here on the station. I know I'm enjoying what we're watching here in the first half from the Roane County Raider team. 7:44 remaining.
Yeah, Rodney Cox having some fun over the loudspeaker with the red hat official, hitting him off with the Jeopardy theme song.
I dig it, and he's laughing on the way off. He gets it. Right to left, this will sail from Coben Cottrell's foot. Myers and Jenkins back deep. Cottrell, who caught the 2-point conversion, squibs this one to an up man. It's dropped, picked up. And that's Kay, the fullback, and flying in is Christian Jarvis. If he didn't wear a helmet, the hair would be flowing.
How often do you see a defensive tackle on kick coverage?
Well, you know what? Christian Jarvis, he's an extremely good athlete. So last year he was running with our skill players, and he's just a guy that you got to throw in there, man. He's a missile as well on that defense or on the kickoff team.
Fourth offensive series for Ripley begins at their own 39. This is the best field position they have had. Raider defense going to work once again. Single wing near side. Actually, they'll split a pair of receivers near side. They've got two tights on the far side. I formation. Stevens hands off into the mass of humanity. Bunch of maroon jerseys standing strong. It looks like forward progress will give K2 out to the 41.
Yeah, Matthew Schaefer and Delk both in there for the stop for the Raiders. Trying to see. Bunner is in there, so they're going with a 5-man front. Ori May also back in there.
Very good to see. Second down and 8. Ball resting at the 41. Left to right go the Vikings. Traditional I formation. Stevens under center. Hands off. That'll be Hunter Brown off tackle. Brown fighting, as you mentioned, John. He is a tough kid, and he makes a 2-yard gain, about a 4-yard carry.
Yeah, he just low to the ground. Very strong young man. Put the shoulder down, and I think Jarvis was in there for the tackle again. That's Christian's fourth of the first half.
32-0, Roane County, 6:40 and rolling in the second quarter. We've got a 3rd and 4 for the Vikings. Ball resting at the 45 of Ripley. The 49 is the yard to reach. Double wing formation. Stevens surveys under center. And movement everywhere. That's not going to help the Vikings' cause. That'll move them 5 yards back to the 40. And it will now be 3rd down and 9. So forward 5 yards, knit, backwards 5 yards.
Yeah, when you have an opportunity for a 3rd and manageable in this situation, you've got to get those things right. And for Ripley, just out of sync, out of tune here.
Hope my sister was listening.
She better be.
If not, you may hear that again. 3rd down and 9 from the 40. And the clock continues to roll. Under 6 minutes left in the first half. Roane County leading 32-0. Late break of the huddle, and Stevens snaps it with a half second left. Here's the pitch to the outside. Brown breaks the tackle. The ball comes loose. Great play by Delk. as he stripped that ball away from Brown, and jumping on it was a lineman for Ripley. Brown is on the turf here.
You don't want to see that.
And that was just one of those tomahawk chops, and Brown went down, and you don't want to see that. Obviously,
sure.
Ripley is already dealing, Matt, with some injuries.
Yeah, you definitely can't afford to lose this guy. Yeah, I'm not sure if that may have happened after.
I think it happened
right after he dropped the ball. I don't think it was the initial contact. He took a shot into the back as he was falling forward. I mean, if you're one of those linebackers, you're coming in, you're just trying to make a play on the ball, and the ball just wasn't there. And I think it just caused Brown to maybe take a shot right in the back.
Yeah, Christian Jarvis came flying in as he thought that the tackle was coming. Unfortunately for Brown, he didn't have the football, and he was exposed. And Jarvis laid a hit to Brown. He is back down on the field.
Hey, you said this is already a depleted roster, missing a couple of guys. You've got a hampered quarterback, and now your top weapon on the team.
I'd give credit to Ty Stevens for gaming it out here. He's taken some tough shots from Raider defenders. Folks, while they are checking on the status of Hunter Brown, we'll send it away to a commercial. It is 4th down for Ripley with 5:35. Roane County leading 32-0.
Shall we take an inventory of what's happening or just move on? This is Lisa Simmons from Honest Fred's Flooring, and we decided early on that the more you look backwards, the harder it is to move forward. So as for Advice 101, Honest Fred style, put one foot in front of the other, and if it's not on Honest Fred's Flooring, why bother? Stop in and see us at 373 East Main Street in Spencer, or check us out on the web.
HonestFreds.com.
Good news for the status of Hunter Brown, the injured Ripley Viking. He was able to get up, and he's going to walk off under his own power, and I think it was correct. It wasn't the strip that got him. It was Christian Jarvis on the hit after the strip. And Brown will walk off, but again, a depleted Ripley Viking skill set already will lose another player for a little bit. And a punting situation, 4th down and 11. Myers will do the punting from his own 26. It'll be Begler by himself at the Roane County 35-yard line. 5:35 left in the first half. Roane County leading 32-0. And obviously plenty of time with which to work for this Raider offense. And the red shirt is off the field. We're ready to go. Hard count, everybody jumping. Roane County jumped off sides, as did a couple of players for Ripley. And you see Myers' body language. He hard counted the Raiders, but a couple of his guys jumped as well.
Yeah, so they're going to call it on the first one that moves, and that would be Ripley.
Raiders will now send Brandon Richardson back deep with Begler at the 40. And it'll be 4th down and 16. So they will move Myers back 5 yards. He'll stand now at his own 21-yard line. Snap back. Angled punt, very good this time towards the Roane County sideline. It'll go out of bounds. Come on, Coach Burdett, you got to catch that. He was not a punt returner, I would imagine.
He was not.
He was the fullback. Yeah. He almost caught that one out of bounds. They'll move up to the 39, and that's where the ball, actually to the 40, I apologize. The ball will be placed at the 40 of Roane County. So the Raiders leading 32-0 with 5:09 left will start their 5th possession, and they are 4 for 4 to this point. Right to left go the Raiders here with 5 minutes plus. Ball spotted on the near hash. And Roane County will go back to the heavy look. Lane Watson split to the near side. 3 in the backfield. Paxton, Delk, Begler. Actually, Paxton, Delk, and Shea. Nope. Yeah, that is Shea. Shea straight off tackle, and Shea untouched for 10 yards, past the 50, down to the 40.
Yeah, he just followed the blockers up the middle. When you have Delk and Paxton both blocking for you there up front, he just shoots through the gap, continues to turn his legs as Jenkins hops on his back. A beautiful run on the first down.
Almost 20 on the carry. 1st and 10 at the 40 of the Vikings. Heavy again. Second man is Delk. Delk again unable to get him down on first contact, even second contact, because Skyler, the weight room is worked for this kid.
Yeah, he's put on a lot of weight, man. If you go back and look at his freshman picture compared to where he is right now, the young man just takes pride in everything that he does. You can't say enough about the kid. Just a wonderful kid to be around.
We said no one will outwork this young man. 2nd down and 3 on the 7-yard carry by Skyler Delk. The Raiders are sticking with heavy. Greathouse under center. Greathouse drops the football. It's on the ground. The Raiders look like they may have given this one up under the pile. Greathouse fighting for it, but he won't get to it in time. And the first blemish of the night for Roane County.
Yeah, just tried to get out of there a little too quick. That's going to happen. And Noah Casto able to recover the fumble there for Roane County. So that's the first stop offensively that we have had. Jacob Greathouse is going to shake that thing off and get himself right and come out and lead this offense the next go-round.
Timing is everything on that heavy package, especially if you're trying to get it to the second man. And Greathouse just maybe pulled his hands out just a little too quickly. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. They've got 4 minutes left to work here in the first half. Roane County leading 32-0. Pitch to Myers to the outside, cuts it back in, and once again you see the end on the far side containing Myers and pushing him back into all those pursuing tacklers.
Yeah, it was B. Rich that time that kind of shot from the linebacker spot. First guy there, Christian Jarvis, just having himself a game here defensively, and that's going to be his 5th tackle here in the first half as he leads the Raiders defense.
A loss of 3 moves it back to the 31.5 of the Vikings.
Raider defense so far in this ball game, 0 yards given up.
Whew. Very good first half effort. 32-0. Roane County 3:25 and counting here in the second quarter. Double wing formation. Receiver to the far side. Stevens in the shotgun. Stevens going to hand it off tackle. And maybe back to the line of scrimmage, but no more for K.
So Paxton says, I'm going to go ahead and get myself my 5th tackle there. Christian, I'm not going to let you outdo me. I'm trying to look and see if Hunter Brown has entered the game.
I don't think he has. They took him to the athletic training tent that they have.
I see, yeah.
And so I don't think that we're going to see him in the first half again, maybe not for the game. We'll give him a gain of 2 for K. 3rd down and 11 at the 33 of the Vikings. Receiver split to the near side. Under center goes Stevens. Backs in the eye. The pitch. Watch for the pass. Myers cuts it up. Myers going to take off running. Myers get punished for it as Colton Paxton was playing where he needed to be. Bunner also there. A nice gain on the play. Roane County in the secondary recognized. Jetton back there in coverage.
Yeah, that was a nice job by the secondary. But you had B. Rich shoot that again. He's kind of the first guy there as Ripley looks to punt the football.
2:05 and counting, 32-0 Roane County. 4th down and 6. Watch for a fake because you don't have much to lose here at that point. Myers will not fake it. Roane County, though, had 12 men on the field, so that's a really good punt. The question is, does Ripley re-punt it on 4th and 1? You had Shea Harper come onto the field late and made it just about to the numbers and didn't get off in time. Yeah. Or did he? They're waving it off.
No, what it was is we actually only had 10 on the field.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Peary was trying to get Shea to go in, and he hesitated and turned around to confirm.
Yeah, because Bunner came off.
Yeah.
So then that was going to be that's why we needed Shea to be on the field.
So a very good punt for Virgil Myers. Sort of a rugby-style punt, although he doesn't run. He just angles that. And a very good punt down to the 23 of Roane County. The Raiders have 1:48 to go here in the half. They lead 32-0. And the question is, how bold will they be offensively? They may look for a big hitter first and then decide after that. Cottrell split to the near side. Watson to the far side. Double wings. Delk out of the shotgun. Snap back, handoff, Harper, Shea to the near side, cutting back at the 30 to the 35, and out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Not only a good carry,
but a good decision to get it out of bounds.
Yeah, but it all starts up front, Drew. You saw Colton Albright here on the pull play. He's going to get the seal. That's where Shea's going to come off of his rear end and a nice run upfield. Virgil Myers for the tackle. That's going to be 5 for him on the Vikings defense.
Matt, 17 there?
Correct.
17 on the carry, 1st and 10 at the 40. And Myers' shoe having an issue. 1:42 on a stopped second quarter clock, 32-0. And with that big play, it kind of opens things up a little more with the arm strength of Skylar Delk. Double wing, double receivers, snap back. The give. That is B-Rich off tackle. B-Rich fighting, getting 4 to 5 yards. He's only 5'7", but he runs at about 160. He's not a small kid, and he's very tough.
Yeah, he is tough and tough to bring down. He took 4 guys to do it.
Give him 4.5. Nope, they'll back it up 4 basically on the carry. The clock will roll, 1:15 and counting here. And now Roane County having an issue trying to get B-Rich's helmet snapped back up. The Raiders will burn their first timeout of the half. You're watching Roane County High School Raider football on WVRC.
Looking for an affordable new Ford? Look no further than Jack Garrett Ford, where affordable Fords are a foregone conclusion. Check out the 22 Ford F-150 Lariat and STX, both with 3.5 EcoBoost, and 3 new 22 Ford EcoSport 4-wheel drives, starting at only $26,805. Better get one today while they're available at Jack Garrett Ford, Ripley Road, Spencer.
1 minute, 14 seconds remaining in the first half. Roane County leading 32-0. A 2nd down and 6 for the Raider offense at their own 44-yard line. And at this point, you can open up the playbook if you like.
You know, last year we did open up the playbook in this situation against Ripley. And I believe we threw an interception. They got the ball, and then they threw a quick toss play and scored on us. So I'm not sure if Cody's going to call that this year.
Double wing, double receiver, snap back. They're going to look to throw. Delk standing strong in the pocket, and now he will hold on to it just a little too long. In those situations, you'd probably rather him just throw it downfield out of bounds. He was looking and waiting to try to see one of those guys pop open downfield.
Yeah, it was just good coverage by the secondary of Ripley. Held on to it just a little too long. Big loss for the Raiders offense.
Call it 5 yards on the sack, 3rd down and 10. 3rd and 11, sorry. 3rd and 11. The clock rolling down to 40 seconds. Delk shotgun. Delk's going to roll far side. He'll dump it outside to B-Rich. Richardson trying to get to the edge. He will get to the 47, and that's where he'll be pushed out of bounds with a 4th down with 32 seconds left. Roane County needs 3 for a 1st down.
I'd like to see Beggs get a chance here to maybe sneak out on a wheel route, put him one-on-one with a linebacker.
Raiders will go for it on 4th down and 3. They need the midfield stripe and then a little bit more. Receivers to both sides, Cottrell and Watson. Here comes the snap, rolling near side, dumping it out, and that's going to miss Begler. And pretty good coverage as well for Tyson Pritt, the sophomore. So the Roane County Raiders will give it up. Very eerily similar as they did last year at this time, right before half, with just 47 yards to go for Ripley. Roane County leading 32-0. They like to keep it that way with 30 seconds left. Ripley has 0 timeouts. So you would imagine they will look to throw the football if they're trying to get down the field. Receivers everywhere. Shotgun snap. Here comes Stevens, pressured on the backside. Avoids the first sack opportunity, trying to set his feet. He's running for his life. Get rid of it, young man. Or he may after him. The throw to the sideline is out of bounds. And I just, for self-preservation, was hoping he would dump that one out.
Yeah, you know he's got a bad wheel right now anyways, and he was basically ran 75 yards all over the field. Like you said, get rid of the football. Good coverage, though, by the secondary of Roane County. You had Jetton step for step. You had Lane Watson there, and then Shea Harper, the guy right there that was covering.
Pressure from 5 different Roane County players. That was 13 seconds on that play. Second down and 10 from the 47 of the Raiders. Shotgun for Stevens once again. He'll look to throw. Fakes the short route, dumps it deep down the field, and I think there was some miscommunication between he and his intended target, number 2, Noah Casto.
Yeah, Noah Casto was trying to pull the double move there, but Jetton step for step with him, and you want to see Andy get his head turned around just a little quicker, but Casto not on his horse after that stutter step.
That play took 6 seconds, so 11.2 on the clock. Third down and 10 from the 47 of Roane County. Raiders leading 32-0. Receivers everywhere again. They'll split 3 to this near side. That's the wide side of the field. Stevens takes the snap. Stevens steps up in the pocket. Stevens is not going to get away this time. And the Raiders come out with the ball, and Paxton taking it down the field. And I think they're going to say forward progress was stopped as Paxton is in the end zone, and he's mad. He wanted the strip touchdown. Nevertheless, the sack will end the first half of play with Roane County leading 32-0. Take a break for our sponsors. When we come back, we'll recap the first half of play, give you statistics, and we'll check scores around the state in all 3 classes. You're watching and listening to Roane County Raider football on WVRC.
Hey, are you serious? I like a good laugh. I bet you do too. Which is why I say, if all those insurance companies want to spend $1 gazillion on funny TV ads, go right ahead, as long as it's not my money that's paying for it. Here's how you get seriously good auto, home, business, or life insurance. Go to Erie Insurance. With Erie, a great price is just the start. You get unbelievable service, independent agents you can really trust, and superior products like Erie Rate Lock. You hear that? Rate Lock. The name says it all. For car insurance, it can't be beat. But hey, don't just take it from me. See for yourself why more than 90% of Erie customers stay with them year after year after year. Seriously.
Your Erie Insurance agent in Spencer is the Kirby Insurance Agency. Get a quote at 927-2544. That's 927-2544. Or visit kirbyinsurance.com.
Vote Matt White for Roane County Clerk. I'm a lifelong resident of Roane County and a 2001 graduate of Roane County High School. I've spent the last 18 years working in service of the public at Roane General Hospital and the last 10 years helping to cover youth sports here on WVRC. I've had the privilege of watching my father for the last 24 years, and I understand firsthand the amount of time and dedication it takes to be a successful county clerk. It's about the people knowing that when they walk through the door, they will be treated fairly and with respect, no matter the situation. The county clerk should always be the face of the office and not just a name on the door. If elected, I promise to continue with the same standards of hard work and service to the people of Roane County and the surrounding communities that you've all come to know and expect. Thank you for your support in the upcoming election. Vote Matt White for Roane County Clerk.
Paid for by the candidate.
When the heat starts to rise, pick your perfect chill at your Spencer McDonald's. We are now offering our iced carbonated drinks. Try one of our 3 new flavors, Fanta Wild Cherry, Fanta Blue Raspberry, or Coca-Cola. Stop by today at your Spencer McDonald's. We are proud supporters of all Roane County athletes. McDonald's, I'm loving it, and so will you.
McIntosh Hardware Furniture and Appliances has been servicing Spencer and the surrounding area for over 50 years. McIntosh carries the finest selection of products to bring you the best value for your purchases. We are a full-line furniture, appliance, bedding, and hardware retailer. We proudly supply Amana, Frigidaire, Vaughn, Brown, Lazy Boy, Whirlpool, Brown, and Maytag products. Shop local and support local businesses who support local athletes. We offer what the big stores won't: sales, service, delivery, installation, and removal. Call 304-927-2700. Visit us on the web at macintosh.goretailer.com. Check out our Facebook page at McIntosh Hardware Furniture and Appliances, or stop by and see us at 204 Market Street in downtown Spencer. You've changed thousands of diapers, cut off hundreds of crusts, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose, because you'd do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Norman L. Daniels will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family, no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call State Farm agent Norman L. Daniels, then Spencer at 304-927-5680 today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Sports builds character that follows us all through life. It can lift us up in grand emotions when we reach the pinnacle of success. We all can envision the agony of defeat. Both equally build character. Old Fences Realty believes in character. Working hard to achieve that pinnacle of success takes sacrifice, training, and long hours. When putting your property on the market, please remember the company that possesses that character. List with Old Fences Realty.
And go team!
The Spencer Pizza Hut is proud to be the exclusive sponsor of the Fan of the Week each Friday of the Raider football season. Stop in and see us at 509 Ripley Road, fill out an entry form, and drop it in the box at the front counter for your chance to win a free large one-topping pizza. Stop by the Spencer Pizza Hut for all of your favorites. Original pan, original stuffed crust, hand-tossed or thin and crispy pizzas, breadsticks, cheese sticks, wings, oven-baked pasta, desserts, and more. Open 7 days a week, dine in or carry out. Call us at 304-927-4619 or order online at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Your bank shouldn't make you feel like you're on an assembly line. It's about you, your family, your future. That's why you're gonna feel good about Polka Valley Bank, because people have been feeling good about us for over 100 years. Bottom line, we have all the services of a big bank, but we're local. At Polka Valley Bank, our decision making is local. Our people get to know you and call you by name. It's a relationship with a bank that you can feel good about. See us online at polkavalleybank.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Good health. It means having the energy and strength each day to do the things you need to do for yourself and your loved ones. But what happens when you need help? The primary care team at Roane General Medical Clinic says, "We've got you." They're here to provide recommended screenings, see you when you're sick, manage chronic health issues, and refer you to specialists when you need them. Roane General Medical Clinic. Our providers are now accepting patients and offer care you can trust, close to home.
We welcome you back at the half to County Stadium. And the first half, very, very good for your Roane County Raiders. Very successful. And the score at the half, 32-0. Roane County leading Ripley. The Raiders scored on their first 4 offensive series. They were driving on their 5th offensive series before a mishandled snap and the first turnover for Roane County. It did not turn out to hurt the Raiders whatsoever. The defense continuing to stay stout, got a turnover on downs, got a 3-and-out and a punt. A good punt, though, by Virgil Myers, put Roane County back at their own 23. At the end, Roane County tried to get out of that end zone area. They did with the first play, a 17-yard pickup for Shea Harper. But then things stalled out at midfield. Roane County went for it on 4th down and turned it over on downs at midfield. And then the Vikings had a couple of play opportunities, but lots of pressure on quarterback Ty Stevens. The Raiders were able to get things done. The first score came very quickly for Roane County. Just 2 plays into the ball game, it was Skylar Delk for his 13th rushing touchdown, 14th overall on the season. A long run for a score. The second one came on a little more methodical drive. Roane County took 7 plays for the second drive, and Briar Begler pokes it in to the end zone for Roane County, and things just kept rolling for the Raiders. As good as offensively Roane County was, they were looking to mix things up after the first 3 scores, and so you could kind of see them working through some stuff, trying to get it ready for game night action. And so they did some other things, and they were kind of working through those bugs. And so that was the final series. The Roane County unable to score on before they got one last chance. But the defense was spectacular in this one. We'll talk about how spectacular when Matt White tells us exactly what the stats were. But, John, just again, Roane County, the moment is never too big or too small. They're just focused. They've got the blinders on. They do what they're supposed to do. They worked up front offensively. They utilized all of their weapons. And defensively, they did enough film work to know what Ripley was going to try.
Yeah, and the thing about it is you're going to use your bread and butter stuff to get yourself out and get yourself the lead. And that's what we did, being up 24-0. And then Coach Burdett he and I talked on Wednesday night after the show about a different set that he was able to put in, and putting Richardson, Delk, Begler, Shea Harper all together in the backfield. We talked about a two-headed monster, three-headed monster. I don't know what you call this, the four horsemen, I guess, whatever. But there's just a different cog to what we can do with our offense. There's so many weapons, and it's nice to see Coach Burdett's mind at work, being able to try to put these guys into places to make it a successful offense.
The Ripley marching band on the field, and they are sounding quite nice, by the way, as we're listening and watching their halftime festivities. 32-0 is your score at the half. Roane County leading. Matt White looking forward to hearing about this one.
Yeah, I'm sure anybody on the Roane County side is going to be tickled to hear some of these numbers. Skylar Delk, 8 carries, 71 yards, 1 touchdown. Briar Begler, 10 carries for 57 yards and 2 touchdowns. Shea Harper with 6 carries for 60 yards. And Brandon Richardson with 4 carries for 20 yards. In the air, Skylar Delk, he was 3 for 6 in the half for 55 yards and 1 score. And all 3 of those catches going to Brandon Richardson, including the 44-yard touchdown pass. 12 first downs in the half for Roane County, 4 penalties for 40 yards, 1 turnover, the only real blemish of Roane County's first half, 13-minute time of possession, 208 yards on the ground, 55 yards through the air, 263 yards of total offense for the Raiders, who were led defensively. Colton Paxton with 6 tackles and Christian Jarvis with 5 tackles, and each one of those guys splitting a sack. Coben Cottrell with a sack in the first half. Skylar Delk with the forced fumble. And then Jacob Bunner with 3 tackles and Shea Harper with 2 tackles. Here's where things get interesting. Roane County's defense was quite nice in that first half. Virgil Myers was the leading rusher with 5 carries for 5 yards. Ethan Kay with 4 carries for 5 yards. Ty Stevens was 1 for 7 through the air for 1 completion of -5 yards to Hunter Brown. Only 1 first down given up in the half by the Raider defense. Ripley was penalized 7 times for 50 yards. They had no turnovers and 11-minute time of possession. As a team, Ripley rushing produced 7 yards on the ground, -5 through the air. Roane County gave up a grand total of 2 yards of offense in the first half. You add all of that up, and Roane County's got a 32-0 lead at the half.
32-0, a very good halftime score. Wanted to say thanks to everybody joining us once again on our YouTube live stream, and a lot of people from around the country watching. Got a lot of people from local as well, but we'd like to highlight some of those listening and watching from way far away. Lubbock, Texas is where Matt Pinson is. I want to say thank you guys for joining, a bunch of other people as well. We invite you to interact with us on our YouTube channel chat. At the half, 32-0, Roane County leading over Ripley. Second half to come in a little bit. When we come back from this next break, we'll check scores around the state of interest in all 3 classes. You're listening to and watching Roane County High School Raider football on WVRC.
My name is Sina McDonald. I am running for Roane County Clerk. I have 12 years management experience running a small business in Roane County, 11 years experience with information technology support for the Roane County Courthouse, and 6 years experience of on-site support with West Virginia counties for the voting machines and election tabulation software. I believe my experience in technology and elections make me the ideal candidate for Roane County Clerk. On November 8th, please vote for Sina McDonald for Roane County Clerk. Every vote matters.
Paid for by the candidate. Visit Slate Auto and Transmission, located at 302 Slate Road, Spencer, for all of your car care needs. We offer a wide range of services, including transmission work, new tires and alignments with brands like Mastercraft, Cooper, and Goodyear, regular and modified state inspections, major and minor vehicle repairs. We also have ASE certified mechanics. We appreciate every one of our customers. Call us today at 304-927-2250 to schedule your next appointment. We are open Monday through Friday. Slate Auto and Transmission, quality repairs by people who care.
Come into Stats Pharmacy is a proud supporter of Raider Athletics, school, and local events. We have served the community since 1940, and our customers' satisfaction is our #1 priority. We offer free local delivery and mail-out services. Stop in and see our great selection of giftware, including evergreen flags, Swan Creek candles, a new line of purses, and much more. Stats Pharmacy is located at 100 East Main Street in Spencer. Please call us at 304-927-2980.
All you need is parts. All we need is parts. All we need is parts. Parts. Parts is all we need.
Well, maybe not all you need. Sometimes you need more. Willard Starchers has you covered with lots of parts and more with their high quality and strong sales staff to help diagnose your repair issues and provide you the expertise to ensure that you get the right parts, tools, and fluids to get your job done. If your car needs fixed and you need some parts, who are you going to call? Willard Starchers. Open 7 days a week. Dial 927-2520.
Here's to the grown-ups. Your car is now your office. Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your Erie agent in Spencer is the Ashley Insurance Agency. Get a quote at 304-927-2175.
At Board Depew Realty, so many things have changed around us lately, and we are all concerned about what the future holds. During these uncertain times, we want you to know that one thing will not change, and that's the service and the professionalism we will offer you at Board Depew Realty. My grandmother started this company over 64 years ago, and one thing hasn't changed. If you use Board Depew Realty to buy or sell your home, you are guaranteed to receive service that is guided by principles like honesty and wisdom and a conscience. Owning a home is the American dream, and that hasn't changed. So let Board Depew Realty show you the way to that dream. Even if the times are changing, principles and service shouldn't. So let Board Depew Realty show you that some things remain.
This message comes to you courtesy of Brandon Dental Associates, located on Hospital Drive in Spencer, West Virginia. Early childhood caries is a term used for cavities in toddlers and preschool children and is mostly preventable. Brush and floss your child's teeth daily with a fluoride toothpaste and save sweets for meal times. When your child is thirsty or needs a snack, offer water or whole milk and healthy foods such as fruits, vegetables, cheese, or yogurt. Call Brandon Dental Associates at 304-927-2775 for your family's dental needs. That's Brandon Dental Associates in Spencer, West Virginia. 304-927-2775.
Calhoun Banks is your hometown bank. We've been serving Calhoun and the surrounding areas for over 120 years. We offer many financial and banking services, including commercial, online and mobile banking, mobile wallet, our annual Deals on Wheels loan sale, home and construction loans, and we specialize in land-only loans. With offices in Grantsville, Arnoldsburg, Elizabeth, and Glenville, we are ready to serve the needs of all of our communities. Stop in and see us at one of our 4 locations today. Visit our website at calhounbanks.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at calhounbankswv. Lobby hours are Monday through Thursday, 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m., drive-through open 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Friday lobby hours are 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., drive-through open 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturdays, our drive-through is open 8:30 a.m. to noon.
Equal Opportunity Lender, member FDIC.
Spencer Cash Saver is excited to announce that we are now accepting EBT payments through our online grocery site. Go to shop.spencercashsaver.com, schedule a convenient pickup time, fill your cart, then let us do the shopping for you. Give us a call when you arrive, and we'll bring your order right out to your vehicle. The $4.95 pickup fee is waived on orders over $100. So save time and shop online at shop.spencercashsaver.com.
Stop by D&D Motors for great deals on used cars. We have an incredibly diverse and continuously growing inventory to choose from, with many makes and models at price points that anyone can afford. D&D Service Department also offers oil changes, tire rotations, and other maintenance on your new purchase. Call D&D for your next service appointment. D&D Motors, located at 276 East Main Street in Spencer. Stop in and see Dan or Donna for your super deal today. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon, and closed on Sunday. D&D Motors, call 304-519-2157. We welcome you back inside of County Stadium at the half. It is Roane County leading Ripley 32-0. The Raiders successful on their first 4 offensive possessions, a turnover on their 5th, and then a late 4th and out for Roane County in the 6th possession. Other than that, the offense great. The defense, well, Matt White just told you guys how good the defense was in that first half for Roane County. It'll be Ripley with possession to begin the second half as the teams filter onto the field for their pre-second half warm-ups. Matt White, let's check some scores around the state in all 3 classes.
Yeah, if anybody out there is having trouble at the Metro News scoreboard, we were too. Oh, Joe's starting to bring it up here a little bit, but I found another one here. Score stream for West Virginia high school sports. Not sure all the validity of all of these, but we'll give you a few here. George Washington up 28-3 on Parkersburg at the half. Buffalo, a team that we're looking at to maybe get us some bonus points. They're down by 12, 28-16 to the Man Hillbillies at the half. A big one here in AA, Independence and Bluefield. The Patriots up 44-26. That one is in the 4th quarter. St. Mary's, been hoping for them. They've been getting us some good bonus points. They're taking one on the chin tonight from Williamstown, 42-14. That score. They are in the 4th quarter, the Yellow Jackets over St. Mary's. A couple of other scores here we're looking at. Lincoln County, the Panthers going down into AA ranks to play the Wayne Pioneers. They're down 22-6 in the 3rd quarter. Big one. Probably would have been, I would imagine, game of the week in AA. North Marion and Fairmont Senior. That's a close one. North Marion up 7-6 in the 3rd quarter. North Marion, the number 1 team. Fairmont Senior looking to avoid another loss in a very tough schedule this year. Our neighbors, the Calhoun Red Devils, they're up 30-0 on Payton City. That one's in the 3rd quarter. Frankfort going to cross the border into Maryland to take on the Mountain Ridge Miners of Frostburg, Maryland. 36-0. That one is final. Frankfort takes the loss. Doddridge County in a bit of a battle with the Work County Tigers. Doddridge up 16-0 in the 3rd quarter. Bridgeport, Parkersburg South. That's a big matchup. The Indians of Bridgeport up 21-20. Over the Patriots of Parkersburg South. Braxton County, Roane County's next opponent here in just a couple of weeks, they're down 25-8 in the second quarter to the Liberty Harrison Mountaineers.
No, Matt loves that.
Oh, that guy. And going down through the list here, that's about all I've got. Other than, of course, the most important score of the night for the Roane County Raiders. They are up 32-0 over the Ripley Vikings as we are just ready to get set for second half action here momentarily.
Yeah, we've got the Metro News pulled up, but not a lot of scores updated in this one. One I did see, Greenbrier West finally giving up a point. They are down 6-0 at the early portion of that as they gave up their first touchdown in 6 games.
Has Independence given up any scores this year?
They did. They gave up one touchdown late in the contest. I can't remember which game that was. Maybe Shady? They were up 60-0 at halftime, but they gave up one late. They've only given up 8 points total the entire season, have Independence, until tonight.
How about the Fighting George Allens?
Yeah, literally fighting.
we are getting updates from George Allen at the studio that Calhoun is up 30-0. A little bit of a brawl taking place.
Some fisticuffs.
Yeah, some ejections in that one. It was an exciting time. So a couple of captains meeting here for Roane County and Ripley at midfield. Colton Paxton for Roane County. And a couple of officials as well. And again, just making sure everybody knows where everybody's going to be. Ripley will be taking the second half possession.
Rodney Cox has got the old techno blaring here at County Stadium.
Listen, if Swolby's listening in right now, I want him to tell us, is that techno? Is that trance? Is that... there's like 15 different names for that stuff.
House.
Yeah.
All I can think is the original Blade soundtrack.
Oh yeah,
movie with Wesley Snipes.
Yes, great movie.
A little quick update. Calhoun up 36-0 now that the fisticuffs have lessened.
Or maybe they'll intensify after that other score. Chance for a running clock in the fourth quarter for the Fighting George Allens.
Roane County kicking off from right to left. I thought that was going to be the case. So the Raiders will kick off right to left here in the third. Ripley will attack from left to right across your radio dial or across your screen, whichever, as we are set high above the turf here at County Stadium, just off of the midfield stripe. Once again for the Vikings, it will be Virgil Myers, Chris Jenkins back deep to receive the kick from Coben Cottrell. Officials whistle. Good kick deep and end over end, taken at the 19 by Jenkins. Up the middle goes Jenkins, gets into the pile, and Roane County all over Jenkins.
Yeah, Shea Harper, Ori May, both met him. Nice coverage there by the kickoff team.
So the Raiders defensively were great in the first half. They'd like to do so again in the second half. 1st and 10 left to right from the near hash 32 is where Ripley will begin.
Roane County's defense only giving up a grand total of 2 offensive yards in the first half.
Vikings break the huddle. Shotgun once again for Ty Stevens. He'll fake the give. He'll keep it himself. Jacob Bunner was not fooled by that play, and he is up, and that's an angry, large human.
He said, no way, you're not going to fake me out there. Quick little double leg blast there from Bunner. Slings him to the ground. Nice play by the junior man.
I should say he's not an angry man until he's on the field. Then he channels anger.
No. He's got the nickname at our house when he wakes up the next morning on an early trip. He's Moody Judy.
Loss of 2 on Moody Judy's tackle. 2nd and 12. They'll tighten things up. Stevens goes under center. Man in motion behind. They'll hand it off to Brown, and right there is Colton Paxton. Not fooled. I tell you what, it's weight room and it's watching film.
Yeah, he is a total combo of a football player. Smarts, physical, loves the game. You know, you just can't say enough about what he's able to, or what he's doing here in his senior campaign. But also Matthew Schaefer getting in there, getting some defensive love. He helped out make that tackle.
1 yard carry on the play, 3rd and 11 from the 31 of the Vikings. 10:35 and rolling here in quarter number 3, opening possession of the second half for the Vikings. Roane County leading 32-0. Receiver split to the far side, double wings. Stevens takes the snap, 5-step drop. Steps up in the pocket. He's free now, out to the 35 to the 40, and he will run out of bounds at the 41-yard line. And it looks like that may be a little shy. They're going to move the chains. That's a little quick, though.
I think that's a mistake on the chain crews.
Yeah, they better get back to where they were. That's going to be 4th down and 1.
Good 10-yard pickup. Yeah, you got to definitely give Stevens credit. He's been gutting this one out, not looking well in between plays, but he looked good on that run.
Just 1 first down for the Vikings in the first half, looking to pick up their 2nd first down here on a 4th and about 1.5. The yard to reach is the 42.5.
One thing you notice about the offense, no Hunter Brown in the backfield.
Stevens under center, traditional I formation and movement, and I think we're going to get ourselves a delay of game. I looked up, and the play clock to the left was on 0. It wouldn't have mattered because they jumped as well trying to hustle that play, and that will change the decision for Coach Steve Sayer. They're going to bring the punt team on.
Looks like they have a new back in the backfield, Drew. It's going to be a freshman, 5'10", 160, Cody Lawrence, number 24 for Ripley.
Pryor,
he's coming in playing a little fullback, and you're going to see probably Ethan Kay get more touches here in the second half.
On the penalty, it brings up 4th down and a long 6. Myers to punt from the 24. B. Rich and Beggs back deep. Clean snap, clean punt. This is high, end over end. B. Rich backs up to the 25, drops the punt. It's on the ground. B. Rich can't get to it, or can he? He cannot, and Roane County will give it up. That was a tremendous punt by Virgil Myers, and Richardson trying to go over the shoulder to make the catch. Dropped it, and there was a guy on him, so he couldn't even get out of there to go try to grab it.
Yeah, it was just good coverage downfield. So now Roane County's defense back against the wall. See if they're going to allow Ripley to do anything here on this possession.
A second turnover for the Raiders leads the Vikings into tremendous positioning. 1st and 10 at the Roane County 21. Stevens out of the shotgun. Quick snap, looking to the far side. He's going to dump it deep into the end zone, and that one just out of the reach of the target. Stevens went backside shoulder and threw it away from his target. I can't see who that is, but it got it. Noah Casto. Good coverage out by Lane Watson.
Yeah, it was a nicely placed football right there towards that pylon, Drew, but just a little bit out of the reach. Lane Watson there step for step.
And B. Rich looking like he's holding his side or his lower back maybe.
I think so. They're going to bring Brandon Richardson out of the ball game. 10:03 remaining here in the third quarter. 32-0 Roane County. But a turnover on the punt, giving the Vikings new life here in the third. 2nd and 10 from the 21 of the Raiders.
Going to bring Clay Walker in at backer.
Back split in the backfield. Stevens, hands off, outside, and look at Clay Walker. Man, oh man, that handoff to not to Virgil Myers, to Cody Lawrence, and you just saw number 25.
Yep, love every second of that. Clay Walker, another one of those guys. He's kind of that Paxton mold where he's a physical kid. He loves the film, a great kid, and he does the work. Nice tackle there, tackle for a loss on his first play at the linebacker spot.
Brings up 3rd down and 11 from the 22-yard line.
They'll bunch 3 receivers to the short side, Roane County side. Stevens going to roll to the near side, steps up in the pockets, fires it over. He's got Myers, and Myers lifted and dropped by Lane Watson. What a tackle.
I love it. Gets me pumped up. Lane Watson right there shoots the double leg pickup blast. But a nice pass by Stevens, and right here, boom, flat backed.
Lost in that great tackle was the fact that it was a first down pickup. 1st and goal now for the Vikings at the 9. 9:05 and rolling here in the third quarter. Roane County 32-0. Myers takes the pitch to the outside. He goes. He's got some pressure, breaks free to the 5-yard line before he's forced out of bounds.
Yeah, Begler there to make that tackle. Ripley's trying to get themselves into the end zone here. 8:44 left to go here in the third quarter. Roane County up 32-0. 2nd and 5 on the red zone.
Far side hash, left to right, 2nd down and goal for the Vikings. Receiver split to the near side is Jenkins. Double wing formation, Stevens in the shotgun, snap back. He's going to look to throw, steps up in the pocket. He's got pressure, and he's going to be dropped at the line of scrimmage by a pair of Raider defenders.
That's Clay Walker once again in there to make the tackle, holding Ripley out of the end zone.
They'll have to do it 2 more times if they want to have a deep stop from 1st and goal. Under 8 minutes remaining, and the clock continues to churn. Roane County up 32-0. Would like to keep the goose egg on the scoreboard if they can. 3 receivers split to the near side. Shotgun for Stevens. Quickly takes the snap. Rolling near side. Steps up, dumps it into the end zone. In front of the receiver goes Sawyer Hunt, and he nearly picked it off.
That'd have been nice to see Saul get a pick there. But, hey, that's 2 batted balls for him in the secondary here this evening. Nice job. He is settling himself in to a very tough secondary player.
And that will bring up 4th and goal from the 5. Can the Raider defense do it? They've not been tested as much this year in those goal line situations. They enjoy the battle for this.
Yeah, not at least since St. Mary's.
We'll have to try it one more time. Stevens out of the shotgun. Snap back. Looking near side, steps up in the pocket, now stops, now returns, and throws it into the deep corner of the end zone, and that is out of bounds, and Stevens takes a shot from Ori May, and he is still down. Man, what a gamer, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Picking himself off of the turf after running wild to keep that play alive. He tried to find Virgil Myers at the deep part of the end zone and overshot Myers out of bounds. The Raider defense holds.
Yeah, bend but does not break. You can see as he steps up into the pocket, nothing there, and just unloaded on by Ori May. Great coverage, though. That time Begler was there step for step as well.
How about that? Hazel Spiller, Granny is watching. Be Rich, my great-grandson, go Raiders from Hitchcock, Texas.
Awesome.
Love it. Roane County 1st and 10. Here comes Delk to the outside of the 20, to the 25, out near the 30, and a late hit coming here out of bounds. Just a poor decision by that young man. Delk just shot out of the pile once again. Great lead blocking, and Delk free for a big gain.
Yeah. You see, guys are just kind of diving at the gaps, but he does a good job of finding that crease, gets himself outside here, and not a very smart play by more of the defense for Ripley.
So I was wondering if the Raiders could pull it out of their own end zone, one play and a 15-yard add-on, and the Raiders are almost near midfield.
Yeah, you can just – Delk just doing work here tonight, as he has for the last 2 years, just continuing the stutter step. Virgil Myers, a good defensive player. Myers right now with 5 tackles in the game.
Yeah, Myers, he's the 2nd leading tackler on this Viking defense.
Tacking on the 15-yard personal foul penalty, the Raiders will have it just shy of midfield, 1st and 10 at the 46.5.
That's 9 penalties in the game for the Vikings.
32-0 Roane County, 7 minutes plus here in the third. Under center is Jacob Greathouse. Third man is Begler, untouched, 10 yards down the field. Keeps it in bounds at the 40, spins down to the 35, steps out of bounds right at the 35. The power, the shiftiness, the X button, is that the spin button?
That's the circle button, the spin button. But, yeah, you can see here on this play, Begler using his speed, 1, 2, 3, and carnage that lays behind him as he continues to go over the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 35 of the Vikings. 7:15 on a stop third quarter clock. Here's Paxton. Paxton, you can see those feet just churning into the turf. And forward progress will give Colton 3 or 4. Give him 3.
Yeah, and Paxton able to do that, Drew. We know that guy from way back, a tough cookie. And we saw him earlier in the season get an opportunity to run the football, and he scored on that, so nice job.
We saw him play some quarterback
back in
his 8th grade year because of a depleted roster gamer.
Mm-hmm.
Heavy package slanted to the left. Greathouse goes under center, hands it off Begler. Outside at the 30, cuts off a lead blocker. That was Lane Watson out there like a big salt plow truck.
Well, you'll see Skylar Delk here just flat back. You can see right here from Heavy, you'll see Delk pop out here to the outside and just gets a hold of somebody, boom, flat backs him.
So I called that Watson. He was beside of Delk. So Delk was the snowplow. 2nd down and inches, just shy of the 25 for Roane County. Here's Delk outside, 20, cuts it to the corner, and now jump cuts back in play at the 15. Roane County 1st down, Delk another big chunk of yardage.
Wow. Lane Watson, though, there that time had a beautiful block, and that's what helped Delk get to the outside.
Roane County stayed in bounds, apparently. 6 minutes and 5 seconds and counting. Third quarter action, 32-0 Roane County. Roane County all heavy at the moment. Greathouse calling a Cleveland. A flinch but no jump from the D-line. Jacob resets, hands off. Briar Begler gets into the pile and spins backwards. And once again, we have an unofficial stat for running backwards. And we think that Briar Begler may own that probably state record for amount of yardage running backwards.
Yeah. He just pushes and continues to push. I watched him in the weight room one time with a very awkward squat and a lot of weight, and the kid just amazed a couple of us in there.
Thought he might break his back.
Yeah, it was scary.
4 on the carry. 2nd and 6 from the 11-yard line. Here's the pitch outside to Briar. He's got Delk in front of him. Briar has a massive wall of maroon, and there wasn't a white jersey within 10 yards of Briar Begler.
That just play to perfection. You know, they're so used to hitting that thing up the middle and then a little toss play, and then the wheels and lead blocking out front is outstanding. Another touchdown for that Raider running back. Trio, duo, whatever you want to call it.
You said the 4 horsemen, and still doesn't catch the other 2. So
that's true.
Roane County going for 2. Leading 38-0 right now with 5:10 left. Snap back. Greathouse going to roll near side. Looking for the delay pass. Doesn't have it. He'll run to the near side. Dumps it into the corner. And that young man is beyond his absolute years.
Lane Watson.
Watson with the catch. Unfortunately, I think Watson may get called for an offensive pass interference.
No.
What a way to high point that one for Lane.
Yeah, great recognition by the freshman, though, Drew. Looked to go to Coben on the right side of the field and then tossed it up. And when that happens, Lane Watson's going to try to go up and get it every single time. Unfortunately,
you know, they're going to get him unsportsmanlike after the play, it looks like.
Okay, so did it – yeah, okay, so the 2-point conversion counted. I thought they may get him on an offensive pass interference. Watch the freshman here, though. Jacob Greathouse keeps it alive, just darts it to the corner. Yep, he turned and he yelled at the guy. Oh, Lane, he's a very excitable player, and we'll take that. That was a great catch. Okay?
Yeah, it was a great catch, and he goes up and high points the football. But Yeah.
And immediately that official's like, nope, we're not going to take that right now. So Roane County does have the 2-point conversion. 40-0 is the score for the Raiders, and the time is at 5 minutes and 10 seconds here in quarter number 3. Now you're getting to the point where in the fourth quarter you're talking running clock situation. Roane County had 2 4-minute quarters last week, and the fourth was a running clock. So if the Raider defense continues to do what they've done, we may be looking at that. Matt White, did I give you enough time to talk it over there?
Oh, of course. 6 plays, 95 yards, 2 minutes, 21 seconds off the clock. Briar Begler, 11-yard touchdown run, his third score of the night. And Jacob Greathouse to Lane Watson with a phenomenal job of just keeping that play alive when the initial delay pass was not there for the 2-point conversion. Roane County takes it out 40-0 now on top of the Vikings. Skylar Delk, 10 carries, 107. Begler with 14 carries and 98 yards.
So we may have ourselves another couple of runners above 100 for a game. I think back to many times I wish that Lane Watson would have showed a little more emotion. So in the mass of his time as a football player, I'll give him that one. How about that?
Oh, yeah.
He's got a dollar back about 20% there, Squirrely Dan.
His dad, Jake, won't give him that, though.
Right. Jake's going to have a stern talking to him while they're on the car ride home.
As long as it's during a win, he'll take it.
Right.
So Roane County will kick off from their own 25-yard line after the penalty is marked off. Myers and Jenkins stand at the 30-yard line.
Now, if Coben puts this one into the end zone, that'll be something.
If he can lay into this one, get it over the head of the return men, it could take some rolls. Coben approaches, leg in, and he does hammer that, and that is going to send Myers back to the 20. Great play by Myers to catch it. Myers up the middle, looking for room to run, spins at the 40, and will be dropped at the 44. I thought Cottrell was going to get that one over the head of Myers, and had he done that, John, that one rolls a little bit of a ways, maybe even back to the end zone.
Yeah, it was just it was a good snag by Myers there that time, because if not, that kick coverage team was down there very quick. I don't know who it was, but Begler absolutely decleated somebody.
40-0, Roane County, 5-minute mark of quarter number 3. 1st and 10 from the 44 of the Vikings. Left to right they go for the final 5 minutes of this quarter. Stevens, he's been a gamer, goes under center. He'll hand it off to Myers. Myers free into the second level, and then he is leveled.
I think that was B-Rich.
That was a hard shot. And then a late flag comes in. Was that Richardson?
Yep.
Golly, did he hit Myers with force.
We'll see what the flag is.
At the moment, the gain is 4. Roane County's moving backwards, though. A personal foul on Roane County. And we didn't see any movement, so it may have been something that someone said.
Yeah.
So
somebody talking about somebody's mama out there.
So the hard hit by B-Rich is negated by the personal foul penalty for the Raiders, and it's now 1st and 10 at the 37 of Roane County with 4:40 and counting here in the third quarter. Roane County leading 40-0. Here's some miscommunication between Stevens and Kay. I don't know that was a read option play, but it looked like Stevens had some stickum on his hands and couldn't get his hands away from Kay.
I think Kay just grabbed a hold of his arm as he was trying to get rid of it, just trying to keep a hold of the football. Matthew Schaefer, first guy there. That's going to be 3 tackles for Schaefer, playing some interior defense for the Raiders up front. Man, it's nice to have a few different guys to get opportunities here. You see Ori not in the game right now, so you've got Cottrell on the D end.
Loss of 1, 2nd and 11. A give on the end around, and Myers locked up right at the line of scrimmage. Once again, Matthew Schaefer there. Who else was in?
Delk.
Skylar Delk as well. Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Ball resting at Roane County's 48-yard line. Clock continuing to roll in quarter number 3. 3:30 and rolling. Roane County up big, 40-0. Again, it's a 35-point rule into the fourth quarter where you would see a running clock. Stevens out of the shotgun, looking to throw, steps up in the pocket. He's got pressure, avoids the sack, dumps one over to Kay. Good coverage in the secondary by Shea Harper. And that was almost another one for, what did you call Christian Jarvis?
Fabio.
That was almost another one for Christian Jarvis.
Yeah, but right here, Jarvis with the chance gets a mitt on him, but the ball just a little bit low, and Kay wasn't able to bring that one in. Shea Harper once again showing his athletic ability, Drew. He can play many positions.
Even without the sack, Jarvis made a play. Whistles coming here as Ripley a bit out of sorts on 4th down and 11. They'll take a timeout. We'll take it with them. 3:12 left in the third quarter. Roane County up 40-0. DW Excavating, LLC, located in Spencer, West Virginia, is a locally owned and operated business proudly serving Roane and the surrounding counties. DW Excavating has all the equipment to meet your dirt work needs, including dozers, skid steers, excavators, and a dump truck. We specialize in driveway and road construction, culvert repair and installation, property clearing, utility line installation and repair, and much, much more. Call us at 304-532-2968 or find us on Facebook at DW Excavating LLC. Don't delay, call us today to schedule your next project. DW Excavating LLC is a proud sponsor of Roane County Raider football. Go Raiders! We welcome you back to County Stadium. 3:12 remaining in quarter number 3. Roane County leading 40-0, and a 4th down and 11 situation at Roane County's 38 for the Ripley Vikings.
Yeah, this is the second time that Ripley's had the ball this deep into the to Roane County's territory, but Roane County's defense just playing well.
Stevens going to look to throw the football. He'll roll to the far side. He's got backside pressure. He'll dump it deep down the field. Roane County has Sawyer Hunt there. And Hunt again unable to bring it in. That was a good defensive play by the offensive man. And I think Saul fell on top of the football. That was his best chance, and a defensive play by the Ripley receiver kept him from getting another one. In fact, it's a better deal, though, that he didn't catch that.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and say that. Saul just batted the ball down.
Okay.
It would have been like a big punt there, but Saul's been playing well here in the secondary tonight, Drew.
Absolutely. We've called his name a bunch of times tonight. So the 4th down conversion, no good, and a turnover on downs leads Roane County back on offense at the 38 of the Raiders. You got Delk in the shotgun. Receivers everywhere. The handoff, though, to Shea Harper, and he trips up at the line.
Man, if he could have kept his footing, his long strides, Drew, he could have got to the outside.
He will pick up 1 yard forward. Out to the 39, 2:50 and counting, third quarter. Roane County leading 40-0. And again, if it's a 35-point lead or more at the fourth quarter, we'll see a running clock for the fourth quarter. Raiders will send 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the, nope, they'll go to Ace, sorry. Balanced attack. Delk's going to keep it himself. Delk gets free again. Here goes Skyler over the midfield stripe. A flag comes in. Delk is headed to the house, and it's coming back. Oh, man, oh, man. Yeah. So close.
Yeah, I believe it's going to be a block in the back, about the middle of the field. You know, it's a tough thing when you're trying to get down there and block, and somebody kind of gets their shoulders turned.
You got to watch when you extend those hands.
Yeah.
That's usually a indication for the officials to throw that one.
Boy, what a shame, as that would have been a 61-yard carry, and that would certainly put Delk over the century mark.
Oh, they called a hold.
Okay, they called a hold somewhere then. I did not see where.
Maybe just a tad bit, but
It's called late, so I don't know where that was.
Yeah.
Actually, so on the hold, it was downfield, so Delk still gets 2 yards. And, Matt, is that correct? That puts him at 100 squarely?
No, he was
over 100.
He was already over.
Begler needs 2.
Beggs needs 2. Okay. I'll get it right one of these days. Second down and 3. Or, sorry, second down and 7. I've lost it. Second down and 7. Another penalty, by the way, that gave Roane County yardage.
That's crazy.
Delk out of the shotgun. Hands off to Begler. And Beggs is going to get those 2 right there. So Beggs is over 100 with 2:10 and rolling. But the Raiders have a third down and 5 coming. Ball resting at the Roane County 43. Now Jacob Greathouse will re-enter at QB.
It usually means that we're looking at heavy.
We will set up in heavy, slanted towards the left. Greathouse will go under center. Snap back, give. Begler, third man. Outside he goes. He's got lots of room. Midfield stripe, cuts back at the 45 and backs down to the 38. 7 more carry yardage from a reverse position. I don't know if Matt's writing those down.
7 more carry yards from a reverse position. That is a stat line.
Running backwards. It's kind of like yak, yards after contact.
Yep.
It's RYAB. Reverse yards after spinning. I don't know. First down, nonetheless.
18 on the pickup, regardless.
Total. First and 10 at the 39. We're having some good times here. Roane County helping that out. Here's Delk falling forward for a big 5 to 6 yard gain on first down. 1:05 and counting here. Quarter number 3, all Roane County 40-0.
Ethan Kay makes his 5th tackle of the game.
Give him 6 on the carry. It'll be second down and 4 from the Ripley 33. Raiders going to stick with the heavy. Greathouse goes under center. Here's Beggs again. Off tackle. Begler to the outside. Down to the 25 before a nice open field tackle by Virgil Myers.
It's going to be Myers' 7th tackle. But he's a secondary guy, and you don't want those kind of guys making 7 tackles in a game.
About 8 more yards for Briar Begler. And the Raiders will not have to run a play here in the 4th if they choose not to. They're looking at the sideline, and the Raiders will not run one more here. It'll be a 1st and 10 for Roane County, leading 40-0 as we begin the 4th quarter. 1st and 10 at the 25 of the Vikings. You're watching and listening to Roane County High School Raider football on WVRC.
Almost all of us need auto or car insurance. Let us at Dye & Williams give your auto insurance a checkup. We have many standard companies we can compare that can give you a quote. If you have had trouble getting auto insurance, we can help there too. Let Dye & Williams Insurance check your insurance, compare your deductibles, give you the liability coverage you need to protect you and your family. For all of your car, truck, commercial vehicle needs, call us at Dye & Williams Insurance, 304-927-5656, 217 Church Street, right next to the courthouse, helping the people of Spencer and Roane County for over 60 years. Auto, home, rental property, farm owners, trailers, motorcycles, modular homes, business or commercial property. Call Dye & Williams at 304-927-5656 or email us at dyeandwilliams@suddenlinkmail.com. Our office is open from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Friday.
We welcome you back to County Stadium, getting set for 4th quarter action. All Raiders right now, all Raiders throughout this game, they lead 40-0. And at this point, we've got a running clock situation. So as soon as that first play is run, that clock will start rolling and will only stop during timeouts. And the Raiders have it 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line of the Vikings. A pair of running backs once again. Matt White over 100 yards for a game.
Yeah, Begler with 17 carries, 126, 3 touchdowns. Delk 12 carries, 115 yards, 1 score, 325 yards. on the ground for Roane County's offense. Defense just continues to stifle the Vikings. Only 23 yards given up on the ground and only 8 total yards given up through the air. 31 yards given up by Roane County's defense.
You know, you think about the statistics of the defense, guys. Roane County's given up 100-plus a couple of times, but when you look at how they gave them up, it was really one play here or one play there where they were able to move it above 100 yards for a game. But it's been a very good defensive season so far for the Raiders as well as the offense.
Yeah, you know, tonight Ripley had an opportunity as they're inside the 5-yard line, but it just goes to show what the defense is able to do.
Once again, we appreciate everyone out in our YouTube land. Had a lot of interaction, a lot of comments, a lot of people watching from all over the country. How neat was it to see that Brandon Richardson's great-grandmother able to tune in from Hitchcock, Texas?
Yeah.
And watch her great-grandson compete and play quite well.
Yeah. Looks like the JV unit will be in here to start this fourth quarter.
And I saw a little bit of frustration on Jacob Bunner's body language. He wanted to put one more in with the varsity guys, and he'll be okay. Again, an angry man, especially when he gets up early the following day. Moody Judy is his nickname, apparently. I'm not saying that to his face. I'll tell you that.
It's Kristen's the one that started it at our house.
So the Raider JV coming onto the field, and in kind, Coach Steve Sayer sees that, and he will counter with the Ripley JV as well. 1st and 10 from the 25. Cooper Greathouse running the show for the JV unit. And the ball spits out of his hands quickly and jumped on very nicely and quickly by Garrett Brabham. Brabham had, what, Matt, 50-plus last week? Even in limited duty?
1 second here. He had 46.
46 yards. And again, Cooper Greathouse, by the way, is dealing right now with a broken hand. And he went full Ricky Bobby, as we've heard from his mom. And he cut his own cast off. I hope his doctors are not listening or watching. And so he's still dealing with that injury and gaming it out here as the quarterback of the JV unit. It's a loss of 5 on the first play. They'll send Aiden Burr out to the near side.
You already know.
JV heavy package dotted by Brabham. Snap back. Here's the give. That is Leland Schaefer, and he spun right at the line of scrimmage and picks up the yardage lost on the first down carry. It'll be 3rd down and 10 as the clock will roll. 40-0, Roane County. 11 minutes left.
Love to see Leland back in the backfield. Last year played a little bit of line for me, but I'd bring him in the heavy situation. Now he's wearing an official running back number.
He's played many positions in his career. Tight end,
corner,
he's been a receiver, a corner, a defensive end. Greathouse under center on 3rd down and 10. Ball comes out again and squirts forward. Picked up there by Clay Walker for the gain. It'll be 4th down and about 8. Well, they'll call him down at the 24, so 4th down and 9 for the Roane County JV unit.
Yeah, tough for Cooper there with the hand injury. Last year, Tyson dealt with a thumb injury, and we had to tape his hand up really well on that thumb.
Nearing the 10-minute mark of the game. Roane County leading big. A 4th and 9 for Roane County. I formation. Greathouse under center. He'll pitch it to the near side. Brabham looking for room to run. He'll pick up a couple of yards, and that is all. And the Raider JV offense will turn it over on downs.
Just a couple miscues there. You know, you're under the Friday night lights, the bright lights. Some things are going to happen. But let's see what their defense is going to be able to do here.
Yeah.
It should be a running clock, correct?
Yes, we'll be running clock.
Yeah. Even on possession changes, correct?
Yeah, I didn't even give credit to Hippie Chong, who is tuning in from a different country. Appreciate that. Oh, our good buddy Mike and Joellen Greenlee watching from Puerto Vallarta. Lucky. There's Burr outside. Burr's going to grab the tackle on the edge.
You already know.
A gain of 3 on the first carry. was looking to see who came up out of there with the football. It looks as if number 21, Cameron Good, a freshman. And the clock continues to roll, already down to 9 minutes here in the fourth quarter. All Roane County 40-0. New quarterback in is Tyson Pritt. He'll carry it himself. Breaks a tackle at the 30-yard line and then gets lit up. Did you see who that was, John, that got the first hit?
Yeah, he had Clay Walker in there to make the first initial stop, and then Brabham helps come clean that thing up. Joe Portillo, though, Drew, he's been the premier running back of the JV squad. He's got a knee injury. I think he's going to be out for a few weeks, so you don't see him in there tonight. You see him on the sideline with his jersey on. So it's going to give Brabham an opportunity to run the ball some more.
3rd down and 1 from the 33 of the Raiders. Pritt goes under center. Motion's Good. He'll hand it off to Good around the end. And Good will pick up just enough for the first down. That will move the chains. And the clock already down to 8 minutes.
Burr once again, Drew, in there on the stop.
So Aiden Burr with a pair of tackles defensively for the Raider defense.
Got the front of Roane County. You got Hogan Greathouse out there. You've got Eli Howard, Tyson Freeland, Logan White.
1st and 10, handoff up the middle. Roane County, the JV showing their muscle up front.
You know, last year we played Ripley's JV here at home, and we had a very good game. I believe we won that game 35-14 or something like that, but a lot of these guys got an opportunity to play in that game last year as well.
Leland Schaefer coming out of the pile underneath it. Gain of 2, 2nd down and 8 from the 38 of Ripley. Send a receiver to the far side, double wing. Pritt sends Good in motion again, hands it off to Good, and he is locked up by Tyson Freeland. Little suplex action after that. Who else was in there? John Bradley Mace as well.
Okay.
So Mace and Freeland combined for the tackle. A loss of 3 on the play.
Yeah, Freeland just starting to figure it out, starting to get aggressive. He's got a huge frame. I've been talking with his dad about getting him on the wrestling team. I think that would really help his hips and his footwork as a defensive and offensive guy.
6'2", 230, just a sophomore. Here's Pritt looking to throw. Flushed out of the pocket, sets his feet, dumps it down the field. He's got his man, and a catch made by number 12, Mason Filial. Another freshman.
Leland Schaefer there to make that tackle.
Clock continuing to churn, down to 6 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. 40-0 Roane County. And you got to know that the varsity guys are pacing on the sidelines saying, don't you dare give up a score. We want a shutout. Pritt quickly to the line. 1st and 10 from Roane County's 45. Here's the pitch to Good to the outside. Good cuts it back up at the 40. He's got the 40. He's got a little more than that. And depending on where he goes out of bounds, he'll have, I believe, 7 at the 38 of the Raiders.
Hogan Greathouse out there on the outside edge forced that play out of bounds.
Logan White checking out. And in for Roane County, Brandon Charles, also a freshman. We've seen Brandon play some nice JV action at the end. Pritt going to hand it off to Good again, up into the teeth of the defense. He'll not have the first down. Good closing by the interior.
21 Cameron Good, the ball carrier. Yeah, I think Leland Schaefer in there again.
See Hogan Greathouse as well, wearing that familiar number 50.
Boy, you look just like your daddy.
His dad, Jared, was a premier offensive and defensive lineman for Roane County High School, wore 50 throughout his career. And Hoagie, quick to grab up that number 50 as quickly as humanly possible. It'll be a 3rd down and 2. The ball resting at Roane County's 37. They've got to get to the 35. 4:40 and counting. Now Brabham will check out of the ball game. And in for Roane County is Thomas Evans.
Oh, man, Thomas.
He'll be out at safety. Pritt in the shotgun. Here's a high snap. Pritt able to grab a hold of it. He wants to throw. He's got pressure. He'll dump it out. He had a man a little bit open. Looking for number 24, Cody Lawrence, and good pressure by Clay Walker. Brings up 4th down and 2.
Clay breathing down his throat there.
And you can still hear the Roane County crowd saying, hold him. 4th and 2. This would be a nice boost for this JV unit if they could turn it over on downs. The JV for Ripley needs the 35-yard line. It's at the 37. Pritt directing traffic. They'll go heavy, just as Roane County has. Pritt under center, 3rd man through. To the outside, they'll have the 1st down and then some down the sideline to the 25 to the 20 before being shoved out, and that was Cody Lawrence, the target on that 3rd down pass. Now you see John Bowen checking in. John had himself an extra point last week. Also checking into the game, Braxton Browning, another one of those freshmen. Schaefer and Freeland will check out. 3:20 and rolling. Double wing set. Lawrence in motion. They'll hand off to Lawrence to the far side, looking for the edge. He's got it down to the 10, and a hard hit will knock him out of bounds at about the 4-yard line.
Bradley Mace, as you see.
A heat-seeking missile.
Yeah, you see Burnside checking into the game.
Nicholas Burnside. Ava Bratton checking in.
David
Gaspers as well. So the Raiders getting all people in here. 1st and goal from the 4 for Ripley's JV. 2:45 left. Motion man. Here is the give. To the outside, Lawrence. Now he'll cut it back, and Lawrence just to the end zone. And that will be the first score of the ball game for the Vikings. So the Raider JV trying with all they had to hold the Vikings off the scoreboard, just unable to do it.
Yeah, Ripley had a couple decent plays on that drive and gave themselves an opportunity to punch one into the end zone.
We will see if the JV can hold on a 2-point conversion. Snap to Pritt, hands it off Lawrence, and he is going to be locked up by Hogan Greathouse.
Yeah, that's a beautiful takedown, Hogan Greathouse. This guy works, Drew. He has been working hard this offseason.
John, we are just getting started with what Hogan Greathouse can do.
You can see it right here on the replay. Fights the block off and takes that thing on, and then a little fling action. Nice job by the freshman, Hoagie Bear.
Matt White's break down that JV drive for us.
Yeah, with the running clock, that was a long drive for Ripley. 12 plays, they went 77 yards, 7 minutes and 16 seconds off the clock. Cody Lawrence with a 4-yard touchdown run. The 2-point conversion attempt was no good. Roane County 40, Ripley 6, here with 2:34 left in the 4th.
I'm reading some of these comments. Our good buddy Caleb Nichols. He said, our good buddy Caleb Nichols watching like a hermit on Dodd Drive. Let's say Uncle Charles, Brandon Richardson's uncle, watching from Horton, Texas. Love it. I love watching these people who are watching the Raiders continue to play very, very well. Kickoff to the back line. That'll be taken by Garrett Brabham. At the 25, out to the 35, still moving forward out to the 39 is Garrett Brabham. The Raiders will take over with 2:26 left in the game on offense.
So we'll see what we come out here in, and I'm sure we'll probably come out in the heavy look.
Ripley is going to burn a timeout. I think they want to make sure that they've got everybody they want to get into the ball game in. We'll take a quick break. Be back with the final 2:26 after this.
This is Gabby Bowen, Chronic Care Manager at Roane County Family Healthcare. Have you ever been told by a doctor, nurse, or other healthcare professional that you have high blood pressure, also known as hypertension? Uncontrolled high blood pressure raises the risk for heart disease and stroke, which are leading causes of death in the United States. Fortunately, high blood pressure is treatable and preventable. Here at Roane County Family Healthcare, we have developed a program for our patients that incorporates one-on-one consultations, individualized care plans, education, monthly calls, and more. By participating in our services, you also receive your own free blood pressure monitor. Yes, a free monitor, so that you can closely monitor your progress. So are you ready to take the step towards healthier goals? Give me a call at 304-927-8139. My office hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Let me help you manage your hypertension. Roane County Family Healthcare, healthcare for the entire family.
We welcome you back to County Stadium. 40-6, Roane County leading. It's JV action here in the fourth quarter. Roane County's offense with a 1st and 10 from the 39. Cooper Greathouse under center. The Raiders will look at heavy package here for this second offensive drive. They're going to hand it off. That's Clay Walker. 2 hands on the football and 5 yards on the carry.
Yeah, I like that. Clay dotting the I. Usually he's the guy that's playing fullback on that heavy look. But for him to get the opportunity to run the ball, he runs hard, Drew. I talked about him earlier. He's just a tough kid, hard worker, loves the game. Just a kind of a total package kind of guy.
We've talked about the other offensive lineman, but one of the linemen we have not mentioned is the center, the freshman Colton Elliott.
Yeah.
And that young man is we've got a senior at the varsity level right now. He's got an opportunity, if he continues to grow, to maybe be another one of those 3-year starters for Roane County. Hand off again, Clay Walker. And Clay will pick up the first down just past midfield with 1:30 left in this one.
JV unit here, Drew, moving the ball. Picking up a first down and getting some confidence in themselves. Last week they got the chance to play the entire second half. It was a quick second half, but they got the opportunity, and it's nice to see these guys get some love on the Friday night.
1st and 10 from the 49 of Ripley. Aiden Burr split to the far side. Heavy package to the left. Cooper Greathouse under center. Snap back, gives, second man through to the outside, goes Fleroy. Chad Blosser. And a good job by the Viking defense to find Fleroy.
Yeah, Chad new to the backfield, and you can tell he's not in that three-point stance. Go back and watch film, and I'll make sure that when I see Chad to tell him to get in a three-point stance.
There'll be one final play for the Raider JV here. 40-6 Roane County. And barring something crazy, that will be the final score. It'll be 2nd down and 13, just shy of midfield for the Roane County JV unit. They'll stay in the heavy set. And Cooper Greathouse will kneel on the football, and the Raiders remain perfect. 6-0 for the Roane County Raiders. They just picked up a AAA win, which means tons and tons of points for the Raiders. More importantly, they went 1-0 another Friday night. We'll take a break for our sponsors. When we come back, we'll recap the ball game, have your statistics, and your Willard C. Starcher Auto Parts players of the game after these messages. Visit the Garden Fresh Market in downtown Spencer. We stock fresh produce arriving daily. Let us create meat and cheese trays or veggie and fruit trays for your next event. Our kitchen is open daily, eat in or carry out, Monday through Saturday, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner with daily specials available. We also sell fresh flower arrangements at Taylor's Floral. The Garden Fresh Market. Give us a call at 304-927-5109 or stop in and see us at 229 Ripley Road in downtown Spencer. And let's go Raiders!
Some people are just obsessed with their lawns. They'd cut their grass with a pair of scissors if they could. Thanks to Gravely, they don't have to. You see, Gravely makes not only the best built and most comfortable lawnmowers, but they also leave your house looking like a doggone country club. So whether you're a commercial landscaper wanting the best or just a perfectionist homeowner, you can't do better than a Gravely.
Your local Gravely dealer is Richard's Lawn and Garden, located at 130 Main Street, Spencer, West Virginia. Phone number 304-927-4580. Be sure to visit our showroom across the street right beside the T-Mobile building.
Did you know Hardman's is now stocking Trex decking? That's right. You don't have to worry with staining your deck anymore with Trex decking. We have 3 colors in stock to choose from, so you can buy it today and install it tomorrow. Ask about special financing options and enjoy your new deck all summer long. Looking to beat the heat and upgrade the inside of your home this summer? Call Rachel and Ripley or Tracy and Spencer about new carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl flooring. Many of these options are in stock and ready for you to take home today. Maybe you want to give your walls their best look? Come in and pick out your new favorite color or have us color match to the one you just can't live without. Our Best Look Paint and Primer in One is your only choice for superior quality at an affordable price. Hardman's, our family serving yours since 1907.
We welcome you back to County Stadium. Another successful Friday night for the Roane County Raiders as they win it here against the AAA Ripley Vikings by a final of 40-6. It was Roane County in the first half. A quick strike, 2-play drive to start it off for Skylar Delk. And following that, a 7-play drive, finishing with a Briar Begler touchdown. And it just kept rolling from there. Roane County led 32-0 at the half. They kept that shutout going throughout the second half, put one more score on the board in the third quarter. Their varsity offense was driving at the end of the third quarter, up 40-0 at the 25-yard line. At that point, Coach Burdett, the coaching staff, called off the dogs, and both coaches decided to go ahead and let the JV unit run things, and it was a running clock in the fourth quarter as well. One final score for the Viking JV on Roane County's JV. But John Penna, again, it just continues to be the motto, and it continues to be what Roane County is doing here this season, in that it does not matter the opponent. It's a faceless opponent. It's somebody you have to beat to get to where you want to go, and the Raiders just seem to approach each Friday night like that so far, as if it is just that way.
Yeah, you know, the makeup of this team, Drew, so many of these guys have played football for so long. They've won a lot of games, and as you mature, you start figuring those things out. These guys just play as an absolute group. Coach Burdett talks about the running backs. They don't care who's the one getting the scores. They don't care about any of that stuff. They take pride in playing football and being a hard-nosed football team. So it's just a team effort every week, and we see what happens when people buy into that, and that's exactly what has happened as you see Coach Burdett take his third Friday Night Rivals trophy. He's got one here against Ripley. He's had one against Ravenswood a couple years back, and then one against Sissonsville. So this is 3 times that Roane County has been on the Friday Night Rivals and have come out with a trophy.
Yeah, very nice thing for WCHS Eyewitness News and the group with Friday Night Rivals. They hand out a trophy each ball game that they do, and of course Coach Paul Burdett being interviewed after the game, and just a really nice recognition for these young men. And it's kind of a neat thing. It's a thing that we never thought we'd see really in West Virginia, just a Friday night football game. Roane County's on TV.
Yeah.
And not only that, they're of course across the world. We're watching people tune in for our YouTube broadcast from all points, and it's very, very exciting that this Raider team gets a chance to be well recognized, and just a fun thing for the Raiders to get another trophy to put in the trophy case. But more importantly, Roane County needed to continue to roll. They did here tonight. They are now 6-0, and they get a much-needed break next week. They'll still practice, but they'll have Monday off from practice. They'll do a little bit of light stuff on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. They won't have to play a game Friday. That'll give, like Ori May and some of those other guys, a chance to rest some of those little nagging injuries that they may have. And then Roane County will come back the following week on the road for the final time this year. 40-6 your final, Matt White. Let's break it down.
Well, I was trying to see about breaking down a little bit of varsity versus JV here as well, because the Raider varsity defense was absolutely phenomenal. But for Roane County, on the ground, it was Briar Begler, 17 carries, 126 yards, 3 touchdowns. Skylar Delk with 12 carries, 115 yards, and a score. Shea Harper, 7 carries for 61 yards, and Brandon Richardson with 4 carries for 20. Delk was 3 of 6 through the air for 55 yards and 1 score. All 3 of those going to Richardson for the 55, and including, I believe it was the 44-yard touchdown catch. 18 first downs on the night for Roane County, 6 penalties for 70 yards, 2 turnovers, 23-minute time of possession, 337 yards on the ground for Roane County and 55 yards through the air. That's 392 yards of total offense for Roane County. Defensively, they were led the way by Colton Paxton. He had 7 tackles and a half sack. Christian Jarvis with 5 tackles and the other half of that sack. Coben Cottrell with a sack to his credit. Skylar Delk 3 tackles and 1 forced fumble. Shea Harper with 4 tackles. Clay Walker with 3. Matthew Schaefer with 4. Jacob Bunner with 4. And Ori May with 2, and a ton of constant pressure in the backfield all night from the Roane County defense. Ripley was really held in check offensively. Virgil Myers, he finished with 8 carries for 14 yards. And Cody Lawrence came in with 4 carries, 36 yards, and the lone score for the Vikings. Through the air, Ty Stevens, he was 2 for 13 for 8 yards in the ball game. Tyson Pritt came in the fourth quarter. He was 1 for 1 for 20 yards. Hunter Brown had 1 catch for -5. Virgil Myers had 1 catch for 13. And Mason Filial had 1 catch for 20 yards. 6 first downs on the night for the Vikings. 9 penalties for 70 yards. They had no turnovers and a 25-minute time of possession. Total for the game, 80 yards on the ground and 28 through the air. That's 108 yards of total offense on the night for the Ripley Vikings. But in that first 3 quarters, Roane County Varsity gave up a grand total of 32 yards out of that 108 that the Vikings picked up. They were led defensively tonight by Virgil Myers with 7 tackles and Colin Moore with 7 tackles. Noah Casto and Chris Jenkins with a fumble recovery apiece for the Vikings, and Ethan Kay with 5 tackles and Hunter Brown with 5 tackles. So wonderful night for Roane County. Add it all up and you've got a 40-6 victory for your Raiders.
6-0 is Roane County. Again, they have next week off. We'll talk about our next sports broadcast. We'll give out the Player of the Game awards, and we'll wrap things up here from County Stadium after this final message.
All you need is parts. All we need is parts. All we need is parts. Parts. Parts is all we need.
Well, maybe not all you need. Sometimes you need more. Willard Starchers has you covered with lots of parts and more with their high quality and strong sales staff to help diagnose your repair issues and provide you the expertise to ensure that you get the right parts, tools, and fluids to get your job done. If your car needs fixed and you need some parts, who are you going to call? Willard Starchers. Open 7 days a week. Dial 927-2520.
We welcome you back to County Stadium, wrapping things up tonight on this Friday night, the final Friday night of September. As we move into October next week, Roane County wins it 40-6 over the Ripley Vikings out of Class AAA. The Raiders now 6-0 on the season. Ripley drops to 1-5 on the year. Time now for John Penna to distribute a couple of Willard C. Starcher Auto Parts Player of the Game awards.
Yeah, offensively for Roane County tonight, you're going to have to go with Beggs and Delk together. Beggs 17 carries, 126 yards, and 3 touchdowns on the ground. Delk with 12 carries, 115 yards, and a touchdown. And Delk also through the air, 3 for 6 for 55 yards and a touchdown. And then defensively for Roane County, you're going to have to go with a dual threat, as well. You have Colton Paxton here with 7 tackles and a half a sack, and then Christian Jarvis with 5 tackles and a half a sack. So congratulations to Delk and Beggs offensively, Paxton and Kristen Fabio Jarvis on the defensive side.
I love it. What was it, Moody Judy for Buns? So Roane County wins at 40-6, and again, Roane County now 6-0. We have next week off. It is Roane County's open week. They'll follow that on the following Friday, the 14th of October, with their final road trip of the season to Flatwoods, West Virginia, to face off against Braxton County out of AA and the LKC. Ripley will be in action to next Friday night with St. Albans on the road. And, of course, winnable games coming up there for Ripley. Got a couple of them where they might be able to steal one and help Roane County even further. We will not have a sports broadcast this coming week. I have a live remote on Tuesday evening. We will have, though, the Raider Review show on Wednesday night. So we invite you to join us at 7:05 p.m. We don't have a guest yet for the Legends series for that, but we will have at least Coach Paul Burdett in studio. We'll talk all things Raider sports. We'll highlight this game. And, of course, we will talk about the upcoming game the following week against Braxton County. Final score, 40-6 Roane County. We appreciate you joining us on our YouTube stream and, of course, on WVRC 104.7 FM. For our entire crew, George Allen, our studio technician, back at WVRC Control. Katie Nutter, our camera person. Joe McDonald from A&M Digital Technologies, providing our graphics, our scoreboard, and our instant replays. Matt White, our statistician. John Penna, my color commentator. For all of us here at WVRC, I'm Andrew Miller. Have a wonderful night.